The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Big Sports Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. This program starts now.
Sports!
Are awesome. Sports are the greatest thing on earth. And hello, Concafa SC merch. We got our kits in time for TST, just a couple weeks out. And I'll tell you, the boys had a training camp last week. Okay, I wasn't able to make it because obviously the Fever had their season opener here in Indiana, as well as the Pacers had to beat the hell out of the Knicks at Cambridge. So the boys had training camp down in Florida. Our team's good.
Okay.
Our team is good. The boys are in shape. I heard beep test would have been nothing for the group that we had.
Wow.
Yeah, we got some Arena League players, I guess, who are just coming off their season. Maybe even a Golden Boot winner from the Arena. Yeah, maybe on the team. A lot of ex-national team guys that are still in great shape. I will certainly be the fattest guy on the team, and that's good news because it's live subbing, so I just got to get in and out quick and let the boys handle their work. We're excited. We got kits coming, and I believe we even have merch coming through soccer.com.
Okay, they're right on the bottom.
Yeah, right there. I don't know when it's going to go live. I feel like they probably didn't appreciate the fact that I just put a little public pressure on them there.
Hey.
Sorry about
But they're going to be selling shit for us. I mean, I can't thank them enough for filling orders.
Wow.
The whole
That's huge.
Yeah, so we're excited on this Big Sports Tuesday. Also, conference finals have been set for both sports that are currently running on both sides of the country. We'll talk about it all. Last night, congrats to Edmonton Oilers.
Wow. Congrats,
Get a big-time win on the road against Vancouver. They'll take on the Dallas Stars. This Texas hockey team, it might be the year. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino. Does it feel like it's back in the day with this Dallas Stars team?
1999, brother. Actually, the shortest remaining team who won the Stanley Cup last. Panthers never won it. Rangers 94, Oilers 1990. This is a throwback rivalry matchup with the Oilers from back in the day.
I love that from back in the day, and certainly people are going to have to be reminded of that a lot. A lot of people maybe just learn of that, but they're going to party like it's 1999. And on the other side, we got the New York Rangers. Congrats to them. A lot of khakis in Madison Square Garden when the Rags are on the ice, and obviously they've made quick work of a lot of teams, and they are certainly big and strong and capable to potentially go on and lift Florida, but they're taking on a tough bunch that just knocked out the Boston Bruins yet again out of Sunrise, Florida. Never heard of that. Where's that? Oh, it's South Florida. Real hot. Caribbean down there. They got a big, tough, fast team led by a man named Tkachuk who will be joining us today.
Okay.
9-year NFL vet, obviously one of the smartest football brains on earth. Darius J. Butler.
Yes, sir.
We got Tkachuk coming on. I mean, what a guy, what a team, what a time.
Can't wait to talk to Chucky again. Back in the Eastern Conference Finals, obviously, great Rangers team we're facing, and hopefully we punch our ticket to another final and finally win it. So now we can get one, and celebrate with Lordo, and now Gump can get off our back about never winning one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Looking
He likes
forward to
holding that over people's heads.
Yeah, you got to win one.
Well, and to be clear, Gumpsh is up there in left Canada, and we're watching left Canada battle here.
Correct.
In the playoffs. And the Edmonton Oilers win last night, Game 7, 3-2. Got close.
Very.
3-0, 3-1, 3-2. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is Edmonton about to give this up? Is Connor McDavid and Draisaitl about to get run out of the playoffs for another year? Is the conversation about McDavid going to get loud? Well, earlier in the game, it didn't feel like that. A couple clap bombs. Bodansky with another long shot. CC there was the first one. Nice CC, what you're doing there. Then he gets bang, pow, hey, back of the net. How you doing? Off the post. Can we turn the sound on that? Can we go back to the highlight and turn that sound on for that?
Fire, score!
Ooh. I don't know if you caught it or heard it, but it was beautiful. It was a fantastic. Look at the shots here. Edmonton dominating. 22 shots, to 4 shots.
Jeez.
There it is.
Boom!
There it is.
There it is.
Damn.
Off the pipe, unsavable. The Edmonton. Look at that. Ooh. The Edmonton Oilers were buzzing early, get all the way up to 3-0. Shots would be double, 26-13 here in the middle of the second period. And they just continued to pour it on. What a goal there. Damn. What a touch, what a save, what a bank, what a shot. 3-0 Edmonton Oilers and their watch-along party that we'll certainly get to in a moment are having a blast just a few hours away in Western Canada as the Vancouver Canucks seem to be bending over and taking it in a Game 7 in their house. Oh, wait a minute. It's 3-1.
Okay.
Are they going to climb back into this thing? The Vancouver fans are starting to go bananas. How about just about a minute or so later? Goal. Wow. 3-2. Third period. Crowd and arena are going bananas. Are the Edmonton Oilers about to give this one up? Are the Edmonton Oilers once again going to be shipped out of the playoffs without getting a win? Are they going to give up a 3-0 lead against the Cougars in Game 7? No, they didn't. They're going to win. They're in. Congrats to them, and congrats to McDavid.
Yeah.
And Draisaitl might be the best player on the ice across all conferences at this exact moment. So good luck to Texas hockey. And in the NBA, we got our conference finals as well.
Oh, yeah.
In the West, wait a minute, is that the Dallas Mavericks?
Sure is.
Holy hell, just a year ago, whenever Kyrie Irving joined that team, remember, they won in a dumper.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Luka was actually saying, I don't like basketball anymore. So what the hell happened? Luka was just ball.
Yes.
Literally just ball. What do you mean you don't like basketball anymore? Well, him and Kyrie must not get along. That must have been a bad decision for the Dallas Mavericks bringing Kyrie Irving. Look what's happened everywhere else. Instead, we were told, no. Luka and Kyrie like each other a lot. And we're like, well, it doesn't make sense. The team stunk as soon as Kyrie got there. And they go, no, they like each other. And now look at him. Western Conference Finals. Mark Cuban looks like a genius for re-signing Kyrie Irving, keeping him together with Luka, building a team around them, and they're taking on the new one. The man, Ant-Man, who is going to have a show for the rest of his life.
Yep, for sure.
No matter what he's doing, because he is hysterical. He is one of one. He is a character, and he is a character that we all appreciate and love because he seems to be an absolute dog who loves ball, loves being a leader. And we've already seen him act. The guy should have got a damn Oscar for his work in
Hustle,
which was a great movie. Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
Kermit Willis.
Adam Sandler was
dramatic role for the Sandman.
searching a world.
Yeah.
High and low. Now, he'll go back to being obviously Happy Gilmore, but he'll let you know. I can get into the dramatics if you need.
Oh, yeah.
It's a baller.
And you go to an Adam Sandler live show, that dude's singing songs.
Incredible.
Like 50 of them. Now, they're like maybe 30-second versions of a song.
Still.
But if you wanted to extend them, he'd probably win, a Grammy with the entire thing he's got cooking. The Sandman cooks, and he saw talent whenever he saw Ant-Man and said, give me that guy on the silver screen.
Yeah.
Well, on the court, he is phenomenal. This is going to be a great matchup, but then let's go east. I got the talks table over there at Ty Schmidt, who obviously has a massive brain. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And then we got a guy from Boston over there wearing a sweet tie-dye tiger, it appears.
Thank you. Thank you very
much. A lot of colors there. If I was to be tripping balls right now, I believe that particular tiger would be moving or staring at me or doing something like that. But that is a cool shirt you got.
Yeah, Terrence Howard kind of spoke through my brain when I picked out this shirt this morning.
So that's actually a 7-dimensional shirt.
Bingo.
We just don't know that.
There you go.
See, what you're looking at here is paint on a shirt in an artistic fashion. But if you were to turn that son of a bitch sideways, there would have to be a little bit of space for the sound waves to kind of get through.
Yeah,
But what sound waves are doing is sending love. I believe that's what I heard from Terrence Howard.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
He changed the way everybody looks at everything if you were to break down what he was saying. But boy, it's a lot of big words saying things that I don't think I fully understood.
Nope.
But everybody else is saying the guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Turn the science on his head.
It is, isn't it?
One of the two.
Well, actually, which head is it? Because which
Sure.
dimension are we turning it into?
Exactly.
Is it a fourth dimension head or a fifth? I've saw some clips from Terrence Howard breaking some things down, and I'll tell you what, I don't think the periodic table woke up knew that Terrence Howard was about to come.
No.
I don't think the periodic table knew. Periodic table's been sitting there on the side of every single classroom since the beginning of Elements.
Forever.
And just been like, my shit is good. You're talking about being content and comfortable. That's what people are talking about. This is what Earth is.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world. It is this. What does this mean? Well, it's 2 layers of it. Okay. All right. Sounds like I don't understand any of that. Terrence Howard said, that motherfucker's gotten too comfortable. Didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He said periodic table's got a little bit too comfortable.
It shouldn't look the way it looks.
And then he started diving right into that. I think it's actually a circle.
Yeah.
It's actually a circle.
No, it's a box.
It's actually
No such thing as straight lines, actually.
No.
impossible.
Which is kind of true.
And then once you think about it, depends on what's that?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are saying he's a genius and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's fine. It sounded like a lot of bullshit mumbo jumbo to me, but hey, that's neither here nor there.
No, that's because
again,
we don't get it. That's good. I tell you what, law mumbo jumbo coming out of his mouth, but all the words he was saying was like, okay.
Fascinating.
Those are big words. I've never heard somebody actually use those. Sure. School.
Knows the elements.
But I like how he's committed to this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all in on it.
Sweet.
Anyways, what he would say about that shirt is something that obviously we could never understand on this particular show, but other people would be able to because they got big brains. It's a great shirt. And you know why you're wearing that shirt, I think, subliminally?
Yeah, I think you do.
Because you know that tonight, the Pacers are coming into town as 10-point dogs in a -1,000 favorite Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
Boston Celtics play host to the Indiana Pacers. Now, the boys are buzzing after what they did in the God.
Of course.
We saw it. Weed whacking.
It was sweet.
They brought out their hose.
They did.
They brought out their little shovels.
Right.
They got their weed whackers,
Yep.
and they went into the celebrities' court and beat their asses and talk shit while they were doing it. Now tonight, a whole new story begins. And this is, we were talking about this earlier, and obviously I believe everything is wrestling. You know, life is wrestling, sports is wrestling. You know, that is what life is. It's crazy because that Knicks-Pacers series was like its own season. It was literally like we had waves, we had people getting hot, we had drama, we had controversy, and then all of a sudden that season, whole new season begins now. Whole new story starts. A whole new feel-out period for all of these teams in the biggest moment of all time. And it feels like Celtics fans have zero respect for the Pacers.
Sure.
What is that all about? Did you not see what TJ, Tyrese, Spicy P, Miles Turner, Jackson, and boys did in Madison Square Garden, pal?
Yeah, no, I saw it. But, like, what was the conversation yesterday? What was everyone bitching about? The injuries? And sure, the Celtics are missing Kristaps Porzingis.
We don't know if Joe Mazzulla is healthy. He's had a lot of time to roll with his jiu-jitsu instructor.
I assume Joe Mazzulla has been choked out at least 4 times since the last time the Celtics have played basketball, and that is not a sexual connotation. He has a jiu-jitsu trainer. He's been choked out multiple times after big losses that the Celtics have had.
Clarification.
But
we don't know, though.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't want to. We don't want to
in the context of this conversation.
We don't know. There's people that do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, couldn't even imagine Terrence Howard. But again, with the game tonight,
He's an actor, right? Not a scientist.
Well, you never know. He might have found the wrong lane early and had great success, so he had to stick in it because what it sounds like is he's talking about, are you actually making love or?
Because in Four Brothers, he couldn't even beat Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch.
Well, nobody could. So respect.
He's a thespian, dude.
I mean, talk about the rap career he could have had. Hustle. I mean, he had a couple bangers in there.
Yeah, head start on us too. I mean, we kind of was cooking for 9 months. He was kind of already.
True, he had a brain, in the womb. That's a great point.
That's another quote from Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan's podcast. He says first memories are actually in his mother's womb, and I'll tell you what. I like to fancy my brain, as one that can remember stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably the only reason why this show actually goes is because if it gets in here, it's normally going to stay. Now, once it leaves, it's gone forever. That is a little bit of a detriment to this entire thing.
One and done.
It's not great news, but once it gets in here, it's good. Terrence Howard said, I've been thinking since the womb, baby.
Yeah.
So he was working on being an actor before he was even before birth, BB.
Yeah, BB.
Terrence Howard, BB, was working on acting in the womb, so he didn't have time to focus on the science.
No.
Once he became a retired actor, still acting.
He's still acting.
How does he have time? How does he have time with what he's doing to the periodic table?
Maybe
how do
the
we know
strike.
he's-
Maybe the strike. He learned this all during the acting strike.
I mean, that's a good call because there was a couple years there. Howard has stated that he went to school for chemical engineering and applied materials, though he did not complete his engineering degree. Howard thinks of himself as an engineer and intends to return one day to compete the 3 credits of which he claims he is currently short. He's an engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 credits.
Yeah.
Credits.
A human engineer.
He's there.
He should get it for what he did for the periodic table.
Sure.
Just in that one podcast. Anyways, let's get back to this. Pacers are going to beat the Celtics.
Look,
that's just how you need to understand how this is going to go. And there ain't nothing Terrence Howard can tell me about straight lines and basketballs and hoops and whatever material atom matter is in the damn game. And how hard the garden is up there in Boston. You already know. We are phenomenal gardeners.
Sure.
Things that are incredibly difficult to do as gardeners, we do. Game 7 in a garden, we gardened the hell out of the Knicks. the hell out of their building. So we're not scared of going into Boston and do our thing. We actually relish that. I think is how the Pacers feel this entire.
Yes, and if there is a game to get, it is tonight for the Pacers. The Celtics haven't played in a while. The Pacers are, I like the momentum
here we
that
go.
they have. No.
Here we go.
Let me land the plane.
All right.
Because you let off yesterday about the crying and moaning that everyone was doing about the Knicks injuries, and it is absurd. What's also absurd is that it took the Pacers 7 games to beat a team that had one guy on their starting lineup.
Yeah,
now the
here
Celtics,
we go.
on the opposite side, the Celtics, sure, we're missing Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I would love to see Miles Turner score 40 points on Luke Cornett or Al Horford, but that's just not going to happen. And the other thing that's not going to happen, yeah, he is a baller. And by the way, people are always saying, I think Perk came on here, Al Horford can't give you 38 minutes anymore. He's an old guy. Guess what he did? He gave us 38 minutes, and we beat the shit out of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who, some would argue are better than the Pacers. Some would also argue that, a lot of the teams left are better than the Pacers, a lot of them being all 3 of them. But
the Knicks say they're better than the Pacers.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how this whole thing is.
And there's a chance that's true if they're healthy. But again,
even Terrence Howard would say sports are settled on court.
Yeah, bingo.
Well, unless these refs are made of a material that not all other humans are made of.
There you go. That's a good point.
There's a chance, right?
Great point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like district attorneys. They're made of a material that not everybody else is made of.
Sure.
Yeah, everybody else on earth could be like.
A lot of high horses in Louisville.
Move past this and figure it out.
Louisville district attorney says, I need a little more time.
They have the highest horses down there, Pat. You should know that.
They got fast, high horses, don't they, Louisville?
That's the horse state.
I didn't even think about how high and fast their horses are.
Yeah.
Move.
That Louisville district attorney is like, he thinks he's going to play in a golf tournament. People are paying to come see him play.
Not a chance.
And he's going to not listen in the middle of rain and darkness in the morning. And we're going to put him in an orange jumpsuit. And the whole world is going to ridicule and mock the whole situation. He's going to come out and say it was a misunderstanding, say the cops are just doing their job. You think we're just going to let that slide? I don't think so. Not in this city.
No.
Say June.
Is there any body cam footage so we can see what's happening? Absolutely not. Shut up. You know how early it was in the morning? You think those cameras are already charged? Absolutely not. What are we even talking about? It's amazing. Everybody on earth thought that thing was going to be dropped, and that guy said,
On a mo watch.
No chance.
you see the way I'm riding this damn thing?
Yeah.
See how big this
He had to do this to get into the courtroom.
Yep.
That district attorney.
Yeah.
And as soon as he got back in there, that son of a bitch
Grew.
right back up. I never forget whenever I was in court for public intoxication.
Sure.
Judge seemed to be, understanding of what's going on here. You were drunk and brought Red Bull. District attorney wanted a little bit of an extension on time, though, so he could learn a little bit more about my charges to see if we can maybe take track to another round. I stare at this guy. I hate you. District attorneys, though, trying to make a name for themselves, obviously.
Yeah.
Sure.
Trying to do their thing.
It's a big whale.
Their moment.
I like this. Could you imagine if Scottie Scheffler and his district attorney get in for felony? This is a felony charge.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope this thing goes all the way, because it would be awesome to watch this guy argue that Scottie is in the wrong here.
No, it would be sweet.
Yes.
I mean, it would be, and Scottie would have to deal with that, and Scottie would. But what if this actually does go to court and everything like that? What an absurd situation that we all seemingly agreed upon. Literally about 30 minutes after it happened. Even the cops in Louisville were like, Scottie, hey, sorry about that.
So sorry.
You need a sandwich?
So sorry. If it was literally any other cop. That's the only cop that had no idea that you're the guy here. We are so sorry, all of them. Everybody seemed to be on the same page. The owner of Valhalla went and picked him up in jail.
Yeah.
Mayor came out, was like, hey, listen, this district attorney though is like, what do you think I was voted in here for? Let this robotic golfer get off with ruining an $80 pair of pants?
Yeah.
One of our officers? I don't think so. What a time! It's wild. 2024 is sweet.
I mean, not in this guy's city. I'll tell you that much. Not a chance. I mean, listen, I know we're all saying, hey, throw this out. Not a big deal. Classic misunderstanding. There's a chance Scottie Scheffler's going to be behind bars for the next 10 years.
Felony charge?
Yeah.
5 to 10.
That
Prison golf team's be really good.
What is it? Yeah, I mean, it would be the greatest prison golf team of all time. And I couldn't even imagine the putt-putt courses he could set up in these jail cells. He would come out a better putter than going in, for sure.
Without a doubt.
And I'm sure that would be the silver lining in this entire thing. But, seriously, felony charges on the line here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like actual jail time being negotiated.
Trying to
For
take
sure.
a father away from his son. I don't love that.
Got a brand new baby.
Yeah.
Brand new
Bullshit.
sweet baby boy.
He said, I got to go do his golf tournament, okay? You sleep good for your mom.
Yep.
You're a week old, and that's impossible.
He never came home.
Well, he went to jail.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Little boy's got a man on the moon.
When you coming home, Scotty, we don't know when. District attorney's not a friend. And We'll have a good time then. What a song, dude. All right, let's talk. Scotty, we're pulling for you, buddy.
Yeah, good luck. You got it.
Good luck in court.
You got this, Scotty.
Good luck, Pacers.
I got a $140 fine, community service, and $40,000 fine from the Colts. So.
Sure.
$40,000, $140.
And the program, right? The program as well?
Oh, yeah, 27 months in a substance abuse program, which was great. That was great. It did help me out. A little redundant. You know, I think we're doing it maybe too much.
Sure.
I think they could probably take the tractor another round on the investigation on how that needs to be. But, yeah, that was wild for me. Scotty is facing a felony, though.
Yep.
How does the PGA handle that? Like, can you have a felony on the tour? That's an interesting.
Do they just hands up? Hey, this is amazing.
What about the international? Are they playing in Canada? Right, isn't that a thing?
Isn't that RBC?
Yeah.
Canadian?
Yeah, I did see that.
RBC, yep.
The Canadians this weekend.
Because if you get a DUI, you can't even go to Canada.
Yeah, I'm
Scotty's
sure
probably
for
pumped
Scotty,
about
that,
that, yeah.
it's pretty easy to be like, oh, okay, no, I can't go play in Canada. Oh, no.
So a lot of people have been telling me you two have been bashing Canada pretty good.
Not at all.
Very true.
You actually said anybody but the Canadian team.
Yeah, and everyone who lives in the United States who's watching hockey right now, even the Canadian we got, he doesn't want to see any of the Canadian teams win either.
I mean,
So,
and to be
Texas
fair,
hockey, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
to Ty's point,
Go ahead.
if we don't get an answer about the American Revolution on why they didn't join us, then I don't
I do wonder why the heck is that. And Gumpy's not the person to ask because obviously school didn't happen for his brain, you know, especially up there in Canada. Anytime we ask a question about Canada or Canadian history, there's no single thought of an answer.
Nothing.
But I don't think I've asked numerous Canadians, like, what do you think? What happened in 1776? Like, you guys just didn't want to join us? Like, were you fighting against us?
Did they exist?
Oh, yeah.
I assume because they're still got the Queen stuff, right?
And the
So, do you
Hudson-
think the Queen came over after?
Well, the
After
Hudson-
we lost, they go, oh, okay, we'll go take the cold ones, I guess.
They gained,
No,
their,
'cause the
they
Hudson
gained their
River.
independence in 1982.
Wow.
Okay. All right. See, so we got
Wow.
questions.
Yeah.
This can't be right.
We got questions.
They
You know what I
discovered
mean?
Canada before because they came down the Hudson River, right? And this starts up in Canada, and then that's how they got.
Yeah, but Paul Revere was running his mouth a little bit, wasn't he? There at some point.
Well, that's Paul, though. I mean, you can't put that on Revere. He had a lot of pressure on him.
There's also a chance that they sent their best soldiers down to General George Washington's base, and he was like, yeah, you guys can go play in the field. All right. We don't fucking need
Take
you
it
guys.
easy. Jesus.
There's a chance. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't around.
Canadian people are great people.
They are. I love gum.
Boom, boom. There it is.
Not only were some Anglo-Canadians inclined to side with the Americans, but French Canadians were divided.
Oh, the French.
The
huh?
gentry and clergy tended to support the government, but many of the common people, les habitants, did not. They also, however, were not willing to turn out to defend the province against the Americans.
Oh.
So we were thinking about maybe going and taking Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at us. How come that never gets talked about? We did it.
Good.
England did.
Yeah,
Yes.
We hold on.
you know-
We have not done a lot of like, hey, good stuff.
they did. Right. You guys can have it.
You're welcome for your country, Canada.
See, that's not the way to look at it. That's not the way. Canada's awesome. Hey,
It is.
Canada, keep
It
going,
is.
Canada.
Love you, Gump.
We love you, Gumpy.
Love you, Gump.
Thank you for all the answers, Gump. Google. Joining us now is a American boy
Amen.
playing a Canadian sport at a very high level.
That's right.
Currently a stud for the Florida Panthers, who will take on the Cockies of the New York Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals of the NHL. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Tkachuk. Chucky, good to see you again. Hey, is there a lot? We don't know a lot of Canadians. Okay, we don't know a lot of Canadians. I'm bummed out about it. I'm gonna let you know because they all seem to have a great personality, great attitude. Hockey feels like a lot of Canadians are involved. You know, I think anytime we talk hockey, we automatically just start, you know, that whole thing. You guys do a lot of talk about the countries in which you guys are from there because it is a very diverse country locker room you guys have, right? Are those conversations that are had ever when the boys are maybe buzzing a little bit? Or how does kind of conversations about where everybody speaking different languages and this shit in the NHL locker room?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me on again, guys.
Okay, yeah, get to it. We're lucky to have you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. You don't have to thank us ever. We're lucky you're here.
Yeah, the only thing that I didn't like with the opening is you said Canada's game, which we're trying to, not make that Canada's game anymore. We're trying to make it America's game.
Okay.
You got a lot of winning to do, brother.
Now watch your mouth go.
Check the stats on that one. I know that.
Okay.
I know Canada's won a lot of hockey games. I know that.
Well, that's because Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Sidney Crosby was handing you guys Olympic gold medals up there.
Great Canadian lad.
Anyways, hey, it's our sport now, Tkachuk. Let's go.
For the next few years with the international events. But our locker room is very, very diverse. A lot of Euros, a couple Russians, lot of Canadians, and just a few Americans. So I don't know. I think everybody grew up playing different stuff growing up, but obviously hockey is the common theme with everybody.
Everybody speak English or no?
Yes, everybody speaks English. Yep.
Like even the guys that act like they don't publicly, they actually do.
Yeah, I think that's just to get them out of media.
Such a good play. Such a good play.
Genius.
If I was playing international anything.
I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can't compute.
You know, wow.
Yeah, maybe get a translator.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's a good idea, Nick.
Yeah, just make sure he's not a gambling addict.
Yeah, make sure your best friend doesn't either.
Chuck, sorry we're wasting your time here. Obviously, you got a lot to do. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. How do the boys feel? How are the legs? Obviously, we chatted with you last time going into a new series. You have a battle with the Bruins. In fact, hey, congratulations on a massive win over the Boston Bruins, a team obviously the entire world has been following the last few years, and you guys have been their kryptonite in back-to-back years. But how's the body feel? How's the team feel? And where are vibes as we roll into the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, it feels great. Everybody feels really good right now. We just had a very hard-fought, physical, demanding series against Boston. It was a little bit different from the Tampa series. That was a little bit more skating and high-flying and offense. So we got the best of both worlds, beating both those teams, two of our biggest rivals, and now we're going into MSG in the Big Apple, about to face the team that's the best team in the regular season and the best team in playoffs so far. So we are super excited for this challenge. The stage does not get any bigger than this, and I'm just so looking forward to this. It's an unbelievable opportunity. We're back in the Eastern Conference Finals again, and hopefully we can do the same thing we did in the series last year. But it's going to be tough. The Rangers are playing unbelievable. They're so talented, and we're going to need everybody this round.
Okay, I love to hear everything that you're saying there. And the way you described your series with Boston, we'll certainly revisit whenever Connor has a question for you. But whenever you talk about going into Madison Square Garden and the stage and everything, you guys understand that as well. Like everybody in every sport seemingly gets Madison Square Garden. Like WWE, when you're going into Madison, it's like, hey, it's Madison Square Garden. In basketball, obviously, the Pacers went in there, did some Garden in Game 7. It's like, hey, this is Madison Square Garden. Hockey feels the exact same way because the history there and just because of the magnitude of it all?
Yeah, I remember my first year. I think I played there when I was still 18. I don't think I was 19 yet, and I'm just enjoying the NHL. I'm thinking this is the coolest thing in the world. And my dad told me, he goes, you made it until you play in MSG. And I didn't realize what he meant until I played my first game there. It's so special. It's the coolest arena. It's a great city. They've got great fans. It's so loud in there. And I've heard that playoff hockey in New York in May, it's as good as it gets. So we're really looking forward to it. I've actually been explaining to a couple of guys that aren't American, to your point earlier, like how special this place is. But everybody understands. Everybody knows that this place is incredible, and I'm sure it's going to be elevated that much more in playoffs.
Hell yeah, we can't wait to watch it all. And last question for me before the boys have some questions, and we appreciate your time here. We had a graphic there that said Hockey Town in the making, and obviously you talk New York City and hockey, you talk, okay, that seems like a hockey town. Sunrise, Florida, okay, now becoming a hockey town because of the team that you guys have right now in the runs that you guys have gone on over the last couple of years. Obviously, you've created new fans. We got signs down on A1A, people driving down the beach, Florida Panther hockey, all the way down the entire, yep, here it is. Just right next to the Gulf, the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Atlantic or Gulf?
Oh, that's the Atlantic.
Atlantic Ocean. So nobody's going in there, but looking at it,
We're in there.
everybody, okay, all right, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, a lot more respect. Have you watched any of the shows about what's in that thing? The Atlantic?
I mean,
Better than the Gulf.
They live their life. Leave them alone,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But I've seen them attack Shark Week.
Don't touch their privates.
Well, yeah, you can't touch their dongs.
Yeah.
That's what. While you're down there near the Sharks, don't touch their private parts, Chuck. But like for my eyes, hockey town's normally cold, and I just think to myself, it has to be impossible for you guys to generate as many hockey rinks down in 150-degree weather. Is your guys' ice like better than everybody else's because it's a fast track? Because it's worse? Is there differences in ice around the league? Do you guys know that when you go in, like grass for stadiums? Obviously, when you go to this is a fast track, this is slow track, this is muddy for football. Is it like that in the NHL when it comes to ice? And how is your guys' ice?
Ours is awesome. Our rink is freezing. I don't know how they keep it that cold. I think honestly the worst ice surfaces in the league are the rinks that like have to change back and forth from basketball to hockey and back and forth. So I guess it's kind of a good thing that the Knicks are out so they can just keep it. But I'm sure MSG's got concerts and things, so they're going to be changing that all the time. But to your earlier point about like the support we're getting down here in a hockey town, like it's been incredible. Like I go to the beach every single non-game day, and the flags are out. People are like so supportive. They're wishing us luck. Yes, I do go in the Atlantic Ocean, and I haven't seen any sharks yet, knock on wood. So, but the support everywhere in all of Fort Lauderdale and Sunrise, just like all of Broward County, has been amazing, and we're so lucky to play.
You go to the beach every other day. You all right? We losing our edge?
Uh-oh.
We okay? You beach?
Nah, yeah, I go there every non-game day, so it's a good distraction.
God, how nice would that be?
Sounds pretty sweet.
That's
Beach, golf.
You think about like the Dolphins players. Mm-hmm. I had a friend that went down there and punted for him or whatever. Got a FaceTime on like a Wednesday after practice. Him and his family were just sitting on the beach or whatever. I'm like, it's 14 degrees here.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about going outside. No. Mm-mm. You're on the beach every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a house actually here on the beach. Matt Overton goes down and plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Got a house on the beach down there. He's like taking photos of him running on the backyard. It's my new backyard. God, is that good? Is that good for free agency? Do you guys do a lot of free agency in hockey? Like, I feel like that's probably a good recruiting tool that South Florida is becoming so supportive of hockey, and obviously no state income tax. Mm-hmm. Is that a thing in hockey, or are you guys normally locked into a place forever?
No, free agency is a big part of hockey, I guess. I mean, it brought me down here, that's for sure. The team, the city, your life outside of the rink. But I mean, at the end of the day, you attract the most players by a chance to win, and our team's got that each and every year.
That's what I'm saying. You combine that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Perfect.
A wagon is starting down in Sunrise. Yeah. Look out. Let's go back to a cold-ass city that obviously has a great team. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Matt, I was curious just because of how hostile the Bruins, Panthers series was, and how most of the, NHL playoffs at this point, they are hostile series, but with the history between the Bruins and the Panthers, it was kind of elevated. Those handshake lines at the end of the series, is there a lot of, is it all respect, or are there some guys you pass and it's just a quick little hey, go to hell, and then you keep moving to the next guy? How was that with Boston, and were there ever any situations rather in those handshake lines where it does get a little testy?
No, for the most part, it's all respect. I don't know, it's definitely better being on our side of the line than their side. I mean, I know when you lose a playoff series, that line is the worst thing ever. So for us, it was all smiles and just a lot of respect for them. I mean, they're a hell of a team. And pretty much everybody on that team, you say, great series, or some guys a little bit more, some guys maybe a little bit less that maybe you don't like. But I don't know. It's all respect after a playoff series, especially with how hard that series was. It was tough out there. So mutual respect, definitely.
Okay, so let's talk about that series, and let's talk about one of the moments in there. I think we'll all remember it because the two stars, said, "You won't go? Yeah. You won't go? Yeah." It's 5-1 right here, and you and Pasta not only fight each other, but the precursor to the fight, and you get you definitely get the better. You're Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's Kyle Busch. I mean, you're certainly getting the better of him in this, and I think the big story coming out of this was, how about Pasta fighting, and how about you fighting at that stage of that game at 5-1? Whenever you're making that decision and you guys are kind of chirping each other as you're going off the ice, game's over. You're one of the stars of the team that is up 5-1. Why would you even get into a fight? Mm-hmm. And then Pasta, your team's down 5-1. You're best player on your team. Why would you for you guys to do that? What is the mentality there? And how do the boys react to that afterwards? Obviously a win, not only of a fight, but also the game is probably a little bit better. But is there a conversation after from the boys where they're like, hey, how about Chucky there? Hey, with Pasta, a couple stick taps. How is the reaction there, and what is the mentality of that whole thing?
I looking back, I actually can't even remember how exactly I was feeling going into that, but I remember their bottom six guys are trying to start some stuff. We scored on the penalty kill, so we had 4 guys out there. They had 5, which I felt was an unfair scrum advantage. So me and Pasta went over and talked to the refs, and while we were standing there, I was just asking him if he wanted to fight. And he said, no, I'd rather fight next game. And I'm like, no, we're fighting right now. And he's like, all right, maybe. And then he went back to the bench. Looked like he asked his coach if he can go fight or if he can go out next. And then he looked at me from bench to bench and said he was going out there. And I looked at Paul and I was like, I'm going. I think there was a little confusion because we were on the penalty kill, and I don't do that. So I just hopped out there and we fought. And I really don't think it was anything more than two guys just trying to knock each other out, to be honest. Like I know it was 6-1 at that time of the game, and you're trying to send a message to your teammates, to each other, like all that. That's all, good and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're going out there and we're fighting at center ice. We're trying to punch each other in the face. That's it.
I love you guys.
Pops loved it too.
Dude, hockey is awesome. You said Dad loved it?
Oh, yeah. They got
Big what? Love that. Yeah, he was all jacked up. I'm proud of the boy. Yeah, 6'1", who cares? He's going out there to try to knock Pasta out. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. I love that. That's a Tkachuk family motto, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, he was happy for multiple reasons. He got to see a good fight. He got to leave the game early, go to elbow room. So it was all going with.
They got merch now. You know that. They're sending us merch up here because of how much we talked about that. I had no idea that Elbow Room's got merch. Shout out to Elbow Room down there. You're on Lordo Run. Elbow Room.
You guys are all going to have to come down for a game this round and go to Elbow Room before, do the whole parlay there. So parlay Elbow Room right into the game at night. You guys will love to have all you guys.
So it would be an honor. Thank you for the invite. It is so far.
It is.
You guys are so far down there, isn't it? It is a long trip. You guys got to fly a long way every single time you fly back. I don't think people fully understand. South Florida is far. That shit is way down there.
I'll be there Friday.
You'll go.
I'll be in the barn.
All right, D-Butt will represent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in the barn.
Friday?
What about the parade? For the parade, we could probably.
This Friday, 24th.
Yeah, we could definitely do Elbow Room for parade.
They're in Boston or in Florida?
Well, they're not playing Boston.
I mean, not Boston. Sorry, you guys are on a plane, probably heading to the beach.
Nashville,
but,
actually.
New York.
We've got in New York tomorrow, Friday. It's just every other. So first two in New York. Then it's Sunday afternoon and Tuesday. So
Sunday.
D-Butt knows.
That's the day. D-Butt's focused on today.
Yeah, for sure.
Today.
For sure.
D-Butt's focused on
One day
today.
at a time.
Yeah,
But I'll be there,
sure,
Chucky. Don't you worry.
So Sunday.
we'll set you up on Sunday. That'd be great.
Let's go.
Oh,
Day before Memorial Day.
Indy 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
then you can watch it,
What are we
actually.
going to do? That game down in Florida. Indy 500. Gee, I don't. That's a tough decision. You're right.
D-Butt has a question for you, Chucky. D-Butt has a question for you, buddy.
You talked about drawing in free agents, and obviously, great team. PK talked about you guys and how you guys change the game, make the ice smaller. But your coach, most teams take on the identity of their coaches. Obviously, we got Eric Spoelstra down there, Mike McDaniel down there with the Dolphins. How's Paul Maurice on a day-to-day basis with you guys? What's the vibe of him behind the scenes?
Yeah, he's been great. He keeps it loose most of the time, but has that ability to really to get the most out of each and every player. So I think some guys, he does it differently with certain players. I think that's a great trait to have as a coach. But he's got us fired up for this series coming up, and we're all going to be ready for it. That's for sure.
What are practices? Are you guys going like last year whenever they said your body was duct taped together and they were just, remember?
Oh, yeah.
They said they're standing this fucking guy up with his pads on and pushing him onto the ice. He actually couldn't sit on the bench. Why? Because he couldn't stand back up.
Yep.
So he just stood where the goalies were. That's basically how it's being talked about for you. Is it like let's just get to the next game at this point? Or are we still go pretty hard in practice?
Yeah, I mean, when there's practice, it's pretty simple. It's quick. It's not too demanding, but in playoffs it's really you just play games and that's it. So you pregame skate in the morning, play at night, the next day's a day off, recovery day, try to get your body to feel as good as possible, and then you play the next day.
You guys have a big nap time, right? Isn't there a big nap time? I heard Boston Bruins, either the organization themselves.
No, it was not the organization themselves.
Okay. For the time being, we are saying it is not the Boston Bruins organization themselves or anybody associated.
Thank you.
With any players or coaches
What?
or front office
What?
or ticket sales
What?
or chef.
What?
Nobody associated.
Concessions?
Nothing. Nobody associated
Thank
with
you.
the Boston Bruins.
Thank you.
Called the fire or set off the fire alarm in the middle of your hotel.
No chance.
But somebody did. And this has happened potentially in NFL stuff before whenever you're up in that New England area. Is that nap time is designated? Everybody knows when there's a break time for every team. And could that be a choreographed attack of another team potentially, like a city like Boston and their fans or organization could potentially do?
Well, it happened at 2 p.m. on the dot.
Huh.
was a little shady. So,
Okay. Just as this was scripted.
Sorry, it's a hockey town. They know schedules. It has nothing to do with the team. It's just fans being fans.
Boston's.
Sometimes you late.
Bingo.
Hey,
1:30.
if you ain't, what do they say? If you ain't cheating, you're not trying there. So I guess they're really cheating, but they're trying to get every advantage. I don't know. That stuff happens like very, very rarely once in a while. I actually have heard after that happened, my grandpa was a fireman in Boston for years and years.
Thank you, service, Grandpa Chuck.
Thank you, Papa Chuck.
He said that would happen with Patriots, like when they have the road teams and they're playing the Patriots. So maybe it's just a crazy coincidence, but yeah, it woke me up in a full panic. That's for sure.
Okay, you got up, left, did the whole song and dance, got out of the building.
No, I went back to bed, but I woke up in a panic.
Okay, yeah, there was a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Some asshole. Got it. All right. Yeah, I'm going back to bed. It's going to be tough to get back into the circadian
rhythm.
Circadian rhythm. But that is like every NHL team pretty much in the afternoon, we got a break time in there, scheduled pretty much.
Yeah. But I think once that happened, even though probably wasn't on purpose, we'll just pretend it was. Maybe it was. But I think right when that happened, we knew we were winning that game.
Hockey gods.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh, is that right, huh? You want to be a masshole? Well, we'll go ahead and take this one, I guess, from Boston. That's what you guys get.
Yeah, I mean, look, the better team won. At the end of the day, that's just what happened.
Well, good luck the rest of the way, Chucky, and we appreciate you for joining us. Tell the boys down there to keep skating hard. You want to do a parade, elbow room, the whole thing down there, pal.
All right, boys. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, when are we going to a game? We got to actually get to a game.
Yes, Sunday or Tuesday. Love to have you guys. Maybe Tuesday if you got the Indy 500 on Sunday.
Tuesday would be about that. Electric.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Tkachuk, thank you, buddy.
Hey.
A Tuesday down in Miami.
Man.
Well, sorry, Sunrise.
And
where is this?
Lottie.
Can we get a map? Just like it feels like I'm back in Canada again.
It's in the Fort Lauderdale area. It's kind of a city in Fort Lauderdale.
Because Miami's down at the tip.
Yes.
Down at the tip.
Much more south. Broward is in between Broward County, and then you got Palm Beach County.
Oh, stay away from there.
I've heard Palm
We're not
Beach.
going there.
Okay, so Paul Skanes, your jersey's done.
So if you
She's figuring it out.
He's never wearing that jersey.
She's figuring it out. I'm not going to talk about WNBA because I don't know everything. These two might be the greatest of all time. There's these eyes. Just want to let you know. She's figuring it out.
That's right.
Their team needs to figure it out.
Wow.
No, we got that.
I got a big sport with the team.
Skane's down again.
Skates is down. He's figured it out too.
Yeah, he has figured it out.
Some more hangers.
So we're down here, Key Largo. Then Miami.
Yeah, that's all Miami down there.
Hollywood, they got the casino.
Yes.
That's where the casino is.
Seminole Hard Rock.
Then Lottie Dottie, Mouth of the Rat, Palm Beach.
Yep.
Where the hell is Sunrise?
You zoom in on Fort Lauderdale, and you'll see it pop up.
So it's like a little borough.
It's in here.
God, yeah.
Like
Kinda
if it's New York City, it's a
caramel
borough.
of Indianapolis, like.
Okay. There's Coral Springs. There it is, Sunrise. Boom. Right next to the left of Oakland Park.
Yep.
Inland.
Yep. So you got the Everglades, and you go east.
Don't go in the
beach.
Everglades.
Do not go in the Everglades.
Hey, a team from this city beat Boston in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right.
2 years ago.
And what's crazier, too, is that they got in the playoffs before a team from Pittsburgh.
All right.
A lot of invasive species in the Everglades don't go in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do we got? We got like anacondas and shit,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
People just dumping animals?
Pythons.
Gators. Crocodiles.
Killing all the deer.
And gators and crocodiles, by the way, they don't have a life expectancy. Did you know this?
What's that?
They don't die unless they have like diseases.
Yeah, they're dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, unless they have diseases or they get attacked. They don't have like hey, alligators live till age 100.
That's why they're all so grumpy.
Yeah.
Yes.
They live so long.
That's right.
Seen a lot.
That thing looks like it's about 10 years old. Nope, 120.
Yeah, that
Holy
era.
shit.
Seen a
Well,
lot
that
of shit.
and they got all those teeth and those toothbrushes.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
You're right.
That's true.
Pissed me off too.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest did not answer. So
What?
Classic. NBA guy.
Of course.
What the hell?
Hockey guys are on time. Mm-hmm. How many NBA guys do you think could play in the NHL?
That's a great question. None. How many NFL guys can play in the NHL?
Ooh.
I mean, J.J. Watt's probably our best representative.
Yeah.
No good on
yeah.
skate.
Hutch.
T.J. Watt.
JJ
Derrick
McCarthy.
Henry.
Maybe like 3.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill.
Can T.J. or can Hutch skate?
He's from Detroit. I assume he can.
I'm just assuming.
Just going through Orlovsky's list, really. Linderbaum.
Max Crosby.
Right. Kittle.
I should probably make the list.
Christian
on this one.
McCaffrey.
Like Jalen Ramsey. Darius Slay.
Are we talking NHL?
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill on skates. Holy shit. Apollo Antonona wouldn't have a clue what to do.
Manute Bol got on the ice with the Tampa Bay Lightning once back in the day. It was pretty electric.
He needed 3 skates, I heard.
Yeah. He skated over the
net. Freeze burn.
That's right.
Join us now, ladies and gentlemen. He's a big guy.
He's huge. Oh, Did you imagine the
His
hockey
clap
stick
bomb?
they had to give him?
Oh, my God.
Dude, he's
like
bringing it
800 miles an hour.
He's like a full fan. The boards are shaking on the backside on the fan.
Put him in goal. Have him sit cross-legged in goal.
Cut down a palm tree. Just have him hold it.
Joining us now is a guy who definitely could not play in the NHL or the NFL, but he knows that. And
that's why we love him.
Ladies and gentlemen, NBA vet and pundit and shitster, Austin River.
Yeah.
Austin! Your tattoos on your hand always
Go
ahead.
Your intros for me just get worse and worse, man.
That's because I can't wait to get to the conversation. You know, some intros I try to build up and really, try to make it feel. For you, I just can't wait to get to the convo because I know something's coming out of that mouth that we're all gonna love. I know that's the case. Yeah, I know that's the case, pal.
I'm not even gonna. Go ahead, man.
What's that, Austin? You all right?
I'm good, man. I had a moment there where I could have said something, but I let that go. I'm distracted by your dude wipe shirt. Look at you.
Concave SC.
Look at you.
Concave SC. Boom.
A shirt.
Boom.
It's a jersey.
It's a kit, pal. You ever heard of it? Boom. Yeah, that's me, pal. Soccer.com will have some merch soon. Thank you for pointing that out.
The white belt? Yeah. Who put that together?
Yeah, with the white
Look
shoes.
At you.
Look at the white shoes. I'm actually wearing jeans on the field at TST.
That's the
This
kit.
is actually what I'm wearing on the field for a soccer tournament, pal. Couple of those.
You're dressed like I don't even know. It's like NASCAR Ellen DeGeneres.
Whoa! You son of a bitch! This is my soccer costume. Oh my God! All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
There it is. That's why we made the intro short.
That's why we don't do a long build-up, Austin. Did you pick the Knicks to beat the Pacers, or
I did. I beat the Knicks. I had the Knicks beating the Pacers in Game 7, but that was before half their team was injured.
Oh wow! Here it comes! Here it comes! More wow-wows. Your dad obviously has had so much success. You played in the NBA forever. You've been around the game and the league for so long. Injuries are going to happen. Like, it sucks. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Jalen Brunson was fun to watch. Yeah. The fact that we weren't able to see one more quarter of him play basketball. Whenever he got hurt, they were down 20 already, but he had been carrying the team. And Josh Hart, if his abs were all better, obviously he's going to play better. OG, if his hamstring wasn't pulled for playing every minute of every single game for the last 4 months, if that was it, would have been great to see him. And obviously Julius Randle would have been fun. Yeah. This Pacers team, though, has been mocked, ridiculed, made fun of. Celtics fans are already saying, 4 games, this thing's over. What? They get a massive win in the Garden, Game 7. This should be talked about. Do you have more respect for this Pacers team at all? And how do you think they fare against the Celtics? Are they in as big a trouble as every Celtics fan seems to believe they are?
I think Celtics fans are doing themselves a disservice. I think they're undervaluing and underappreciating the talent level of the Pacers, more so the depth too. First off, the Pacers are a dangerous team. They're highly confident. They're well coached. They're coming off winning a Game 7 in the Madison Square Garden. I know they had guys hurt, whatever. But like you said, that's a part of sports, man. It's not their fault. Those guys are all healthy over there, as another point. And then you have guys tapping in, playing the best basketball of their careers. Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell has been a force off the bench. Their depth, they have a lot of guys. They play at a high pace. And by the way, the Celtics are missing Porzingis, which is a big deal. So, when you have like Miles Turner and some other guys out there, they have a lot of mismatch opportunity. The Pacers could be problematic, man. And I'll say this lastly. If they steal one of these games on the road, it could be trouble because we all know the Pacers at home are a whole different ball club. They don't lose at home. They have one of the best home environments in sports.
That's right.
So, or in NBA basketball at least. So, this is something where, the Celtics have to be careful because they've been playing this like lollygag basketball where they like give a game away and like they haven't really tapped in because they haven't had to. They can't do that versus the Pacers, man. People keep under appreciating this team. They just keep floating by.
And if they go into another Garden and do the same Garden shit they did last series, especially Game 7, look out. Don't let them steal one up there from the Boston folks.
Build them up, Austin, please. Build Pat up to make him believe that the Pacers can beat the Celtics. I would love for that to happen because in 2 weeks it'll be a whole different tune.
Now, to be clear, Austin, I have maybe seen every one of the Pacers games.
Yeah,
that's right.
But really pay attention to probably 7, 8 of them.
Yeah, last 7 or 8.
They've been playing good ball. Is this who this team was all year, this Pacers team? And is Miles Turner shooting like Steph Curry all year? Is this the new thing?
They were at the play-in. Remember, they got hot in the play-in and almost won that. And then people were like, that's when we were like building Halliburton up to be like the next best point guard of the league. And then there was like this drop-off after All-Star break, which is strange because that's usually when you see teams tap in or players like really get into their rhythm is after All-Star break. We kind of saw the opposite. Halliburton was like fighting some injuries. Then he got back and he wasn't quite himself. The team was kind of up and down. Then they acquired Pascal and that didn't work right away. And people had questions about his fit. And then now here we are in the conference finals and no one's questioning anything. And they're like just getting into this rhythm. You know, as you know, man, like sports is such a confidence thing. And when your whole team is feeling this confident and the ball's rolling and you're in the conference finals, at this point, anybody can beat anybody. Now, I know the Celtics are favored, as they should. They're the superior team. But Indiana you don't get to the conference finals by mistake. And they're a deep team, and they're very well coached, and they're highly confident.
Okay, so let's talk. The last time they played was January. Is there anything from then to now? 2 different teams or what?
They are 2 different teams. The only worry I have is if you are like a Pacers fan, right? Halliburton historically has not played well versus Celtics, and that's due to the Celtics have 2 of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. They have Drew Holiday and Derek White are some of the better defenders in the NBA, and they've guarded him very, very well. And then Boston's size at the guard spot is also an issue. McConnell, those guys are great, but they're very small. You know, Drew's a big guard. Derek White's a bigger guard. And then obviously you have Tatum and Brown. So that's going to be the thing, you know, what Halliburton can do versus those guards, and then who does the Pacers have other than I think Naismith might be the only guy in terms of like a defensive guy because the Pacers don't play a lot of defense. So that's the one issue that I see there.
Naismith shot Dahn Jalen there, only held him to 30.
Yeah, also got drafted by Boston, so probably a little revenge.
Only held him to 30s.
What's so funny?
No, you're saying only held him to 30 was crazy. 30 for like any other NBA players, like you calling your mom after you're like, "Mom, I had 30." Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's a big deal.
Well,
but it's new basketball. It's new NBA.
Yeah.
People score 130, 140 points. It's All-Star game scores some of these times.
Jamal Murray scored 31, and Ant said he put him in handcuffs.
Bingo. Locked up like Scottie Scheffler.
He was wrong. I love Ant, but he did not put him in handcuffs. He was cooking that game. Now, he did rip him at half court and took some cookies home with him. I'll give him that. But he didn't just lock him up for the whole game.
Yeah, but I like that. That's the angle he had it at. Yeah. In his mind, locked him up, keep it moving. Don't show me the stats. I don't care. Then we're moving on. That Timberwolves team's the real deal. We'll certainly dive into that in a moment. Connor has a question for you, Austin.
Yeah, Austin, it feels like you kind of just got into it a little with the guard play the Celtics have, but what do you think Joe Mazzulla's game plan is for the Pacers? And then also, how much time do you think Mazzulla was putting into the Pacers before the series was over? Is that something NBA coaches do? Was Mazzulla kind of having a game plan for the Pacers and the Knicks? Yeah, or is he focusing on them completely after Game 6?
No, good question. They have, so the head coach will always focus on the task at hand, right? So his job was to beat the Cavs. And even as the Cavs series was just starting, the other assistant coaches, they'll split it down the middle. They're watching every possible outcome of every team that they could play. That way, when the scout comes, it's just not like they have to start from scratch. They already have stuff rolling. With the Pacers, man, the biggest thing with them is it's in the name, Pacers, is their pace of play. If they can control the pace at which the Pacers play, it changes the game. When Halliburton has that ball flying up and down and that team running, they can be very difficult to beat just due to stamina alone. They will wear you down. McConnell's picking you up full court, turning you 4 or 5 times before you get to half court. When they dictate pace and speed it up, they're a dangerous team. So I look for that to be the key in games 1 and 2 is them controlling pace and then just coming out with high energy. You got to think like Indiana or the Pacers have to be like emotionally just on a high right now. It's very hard to like switch gears and go right into the Garden and compete. Celtics have to take advantage of that, especially game 1, just due to like there's a lot going on right now. If you're a Pacers player, you just won in the Garden a couple of days ago. Now you're like playing in a different Garden, playing the Celtics. it's going to take them a game or two to settle in. I wouldn't be surprised. Game one, at least. So
yeah, but T.J. McConnell's there, so
yeah, that's true. I mean, look, we got a small white off the bench too, by the name of Peyton Pritchard, that you need to look out for, brother.
No, he needs to look out for T.J. McConnell.
He's staring T.J.
What
McConnell
a matchup!
right in the face.
What a prime matchup.
Yes.
What are you saying? Huh? What are you saying? What does that mean, Austin? Prime matchup.
Similar players.
I'm a fan of both of their games, and they both have the same demographic and size and height and everything's there.
Boom.
What else do I need to say? Do you want me to point it out? You want me to paint? Yeah, I went to the demographic. You damn right I said it. You know what we're all thinking. All right?
I don't know.
Some people are calling Peyton Pritchard the next T.J. McConnell. That's all I'm saying.
Why are they saying that?
Because he's a junkyard dog. That's
really?
why. Yes.
I thought it was because
McConnell's got more dog in him in terms of a defender. Peyton Pritchard's a much more talented offensive player.
Much more. Tell him.
More talented.
Tell him, Austin.
TJ's floating through the sky in the paint.
Yeah.
Delayed jumper.
Oh my God. You haven't seen Pritchard. Wait till you
nuts.
see him.
Huh?
He's floating below the rim. It's not in the sky.
Well,
Bro, what are you saying?
Is he off
Are
the
you
ground?
just saying?
On the ground.
We get it. He's white, Austin. Is that what you're saying? He's a white man? Got it.
White guys have ups. Matt McClung. Claim to fame.
Dunk contest champion.
Hey, man.
Actually, by the way,
right.
let's make sure we remember that.
Some respect.
We will certainly do that. What's this? This is
That-
the white.
That's Peyton Pritchard.
This is Boston's white.
He was born to live in South Boston and play basketball with a green jersey wearing number 11. I'm just telling you that right now. He was made to be a Boston Celtic. Got paid this
Bro,
offseason.
welcome to the McConnell Penitentiary, bub. Okay. Are they going to have them matched up against each other?
Yeah. I think they might take the opening tip against each other.
It's rule.
Sounds pretty racist.
Opening tip. Now you guys are mocking. I see what's going on.
Whoa. Us? What? You're the racist guy that started this entire conversation.
Racist? I'm mixed. I'm multicolored. I got a flag. When the police pull me over, they don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what I am.
Hey, especially in Louisville.
Yeah.
Especially in Louisville.
Scotty's mixed too. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw that.
Yeah.
North African and
Scheffler?
Middle Eastern and yeah, I think so.
Scottie Scheffler's North African.
If you look at the
Middle Eastern.
he's 6'3", 170.
I don't like that. I don't like anything. I don't like when people do that. I don't like when someone that looks like Adam. They put anything African in their. I don't. Something about that. Just
About Adam.
Adam and Eve?
Who are you talking? Adam Scheffler. We're talking about Scottie Scheffler, the golfer.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, okay.
Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter, a little North African.
I don't like whenever guys like that do. Yeah, look at it right there. Zoom in there. Can we zoom in on that? White, Europe, North African, Middle Eastern. Mm-hmm. That's on his license.
So that's
just putting them all in the same bag?
That's just the 0.01%.
I can see a little bit of the Middle Eastern.
You mean Dupree? No, that's not the name of it.
Listen,
Trade me.
all right. Hey, Austin, we got to get to a hard hour. What a time. It always is, isn't it? Thank you for coming on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Huh? You shut up, Austin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Rivers. I enjoy him a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like when people do that. That look like Adam. He thought we were talking about Schefter.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about Adam and Eve, too.
Me too. Yeah, I thought he was saying, like, back to the origin.
That's what Connor thought, too.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Adam was white or not. I have no idea.
Hey, that's a great NASCAR shirt you got
Thank you,
on.
brother. Rainbow Warrior.
He needs not see Stenhouse Jr. and Sr. They're fired up. Hour 2 on the other side. It should be better than the first hour, we assume. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Cheers. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner of the NFL. Don't listen to them. Roger Goodell. Shut your mouth. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. You're our commissioner. Don't worry about these bums. From us to you, we'd like to give you a gift that we know you're a big fan of. Ladies and gentlemen, some peanut M&Ms for our commission.
This is just while we're on set?
Yep, you can take these with you. You can take them home.
I might just I got a gift for you. What? Oh. You ready?
Yeah, I like that.
With the 222nd pick in the 2009 NFL Draft.
Oh, yeah.
The Indianapolis Colts select Pat McAfee. Hunter, West Virginia.
Hell yeah!
Come on there, baby.
Good pick!
Thank you,
I'll pick him up.
Thank you, Raj. I'm not going to pick you up because you got that
That's
back.
all right.
Yeah.
I got it. There's your card, baby. That's real.
That's awesome.
I've been keeping that for, 15 years?
You had it in your back pocket this whole time. This is cool. Thank you for this. So whenever we say that you have to answer to 31 billionaires, how accurate is that?
32. Well, you're not counting Green Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Doesn't count.
Big pop. There's a Green Bay Packers.
I didn't know he did.
Yeah, no, that was.
I don't actually think that way. I actually think I answer to them. I think I answer to the media partners. I think I answer the players. I think I answer to the owners too. The idea for me is to try to keep everyone happy. I always say that my biggest job is not to piss off more than 24 owners in a given day.
How did you know the draft would be awesome if you traveled it, and did you see this happening?
I'd be kidding you if I thought it was going to be as big as it is. We felt like we could be bigger than we were in Radio City. But what happened is Radio City actually put a holiday show in and said, you can't have the draft until June. And that's when we said, we're out of here.
So they kicked you out.
That's when we went on the road.
Well, Taylor Swift, we know.
Well, that's a different kind of influence.
How about, hey, listen, a lot of jokes from
They're booing Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you can't boo.
They're idiots.
Yeah, you're going to be a part of an album.
Wow.
Do it. Get a little louder. She is going to cook you. A lot of the internet was saying Roger Goodell was sitting at home through the moon about this.
Well, they thought it was part of the script.
Yes, anyone talk to it.
There it is.
Is there a thought of adding another one, maybe adding another bye week, or are we good at 17 right now?
Well, I think we're good at 17 now, but listen, we're looking at how we continue. I'm not a fan of the preseason. I don't think we need preseason.
Waste of time, right? And energy.
I don't buy it, and I don't think these guys like it either.
Well, they have to spend full price for the tickets for those games.
No, they're actually discounted now. So
Thank you for doing that.
I'd rather replace a preseason game with a regular season any day. That's just picking quality, right? If we got to 18-2, that's not an unreasonable thing. The other thing it does, which I thought you were going to, is that ends up on President's Day weekend, which is a 3-day weekend, which makes the Sunday night, and then you have Monday off. So that's
wow. Now we're cooking.
See, now we're cooking.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Big Sports Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. This program starts right now. Sports! Well, the greatest thing on earth, and two of the biggest sports leagues on earth are currently in their conference final era. Yeah, it is the Eras Tour for these tournaments, and we're at the conference finals, one step before the league championships. The NBA is obviously all set and ready to go. In the West, it's the Dallas Mavericks, led by Luka and Kyrie Irving, taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, Ant-Man, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and a team that is filled with a bunch of dogs who slap the floor before every defensive stand. And in the East, it's the Boston Celtics, who everybody says is supposed to be in the finals. They've been saying this for months. If they don't end up in the finals, it's a complete failure. Whenever people were talking about NBA teams that were good this season, they actually didn't even talk about the Boston Celtics because they said it's not even worthy of discussion. The Celtics need to be in the finals. They are going to be representing the East. Well, now they got to stare down little old Indianapolis. The Indiana Pacers, after knocking off a very game New York Knicks team, they tried their best.
Yes, they did.
And Knicks team, they gave it their best.
They were honorable. Bunch of tryhards.
They tried their hardest, yes. They found a new favorite player, maybe, that's not on the Pacers. DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
Love this guy's fade, like his moxie, like his jumper. He needs to come to the Pacers immediately, and if not him, we'll take Jalen Brunson, I guess.
Sure.
You know, if that's how it's going to have to go, I guess we would. Yeah, give us Hartenstein. We learned a lot about this particular season that we could have never known.
Nope.
But the Pacers are ready, the Celtics are ready, in the NHL. Last night, Game 7 in Western Canada proved that the Oilers are ready to be in the Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Stars, who are looking to be the favorites. Looking to be the favorites. And then in the East, we have the New York Rangers, who have been fantastic thus far in the playoffs. Start out 7-0. Win their first series against Washington 4-0. Then they go up 3-0 against Carolina Hurricanes. Takes a couple more games. They've been resting. But if they go 7-0 to start this entire thing and they don't win the Stanley Cup, they will just be one of 4 teams out of the last 12 teams that have done that. That'd be a big letdown, but they're taking on a Florida team down there in Sunrise, Florida, that's ready for the action, buffs. They spend their off days on the beach, getting in some vitamin C, getting some relaxation, and they go on the ice and they bust ass just like they did to the Boston Bruins, led by Tkachuk, who was just on the show earlier. Cool guy.
Very cool guy.
Very cool.
Mass guy.
A lot of cool guys. Yeah, Talks Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. You're worried about the Celtics. I know it. That thing starts tonight. You guys are 10.5-point favorites. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, not worried at all. Minus 130 to win the whole thing, which is absurd. I think you should probably maybe sprinkle on one of those Western Conference teams. Just don't sprinkle on the Pacers because they are going to get killed. You heard what Austin Rivers just said. Hey, your best player, yeah, he sucks against the Boston Celtics, so... Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go.
We have other players. That's the thing about the Knicks. Everybody's hurt. Okay. All right. We have depth. You see, we got talent.
Need it.
Yeah.
We got guys with black belts, I think, in Kung Fu.
You know what? You're right. If Tyrese Halliburton can't do it against Drew Holiday or Derek White, I bet McConnell can.
Bingo. Boom. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Well said.
Spicy P, Miles Turner, one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, Tone Diggs. Wearing a NASCAR shirt. You're in a racing mood. We got a big race weekend coming up.
Yeah, it's race season. You could just, I drive by 1,000 checkered flags every day, so maybe just kind of put me in the mood. And also this Rainbow Warrior shirt. I ordered it 3 months ago, got delivered this week, so I had to put it
Now, is this a big day, though? You have moved away from the cowboy hat here. Snapback backwards.
Yeah, I was 5 minutes before the show, and Gumpy said, hey, I like that hat a lot. Maybe you should keep it on for the show. So I said, okay, that's fine. I get my marching orders from the other half of the Hammer Down boys, so here we are.
That's the other half of the Hammer Down baseball cap boys. Gumpy, is this a new era here of tone? Are we a little bit worried we just moved into one here? Is the cowboy era done?
No, I just mix it up today because it's so beautiful outside.
Brother.
The color,
Summer.
I mean, it's just beautiful.
Those cowboy hats get heavy.
They do get heavy.
They look so cool, though.
They're such a good look.
Super cool. I have all my felt ones here. I don't have my straw one in here yet. It's very hot outside today, so it just wasn't.
Yeah, you need your summer hat.
Yeah, summer cowboy hat.
I want to let you know it looks good. It might be time to let the world know that you've been letting your hair grow too.
Maybe we're close. I mean, there's people out there who do light ranching, who make really good music, who we've talked to a few times, who only wear hats and don't wear cowboy hats. So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of country musicians that wear the cowboy or the regular hats. We have a guy in this office who has great hair and chooses to wear a hat every day.
Such bullshit.
And Bruce Brown.
Ball cat Bruce.
But there are people wondering, I guess, like, who is that man? That is, if you're looking at this, that is one half of the Hammer Down's Tone Diggs. People are saying, is that the same guy? We don't see the cowboy hat.
Oh.
And that is Tone Diggs. Just make sure there we got the that is Tone Diggs there.
Oh, bottom right. Okay.
That's not how you spell it.
Yeah, he's no longer at one half of the Hammer Down Cowboys. It's just the boys now.
Oh, I like that.
No, he's not.
One half of the Hammer Down boys. Tone Diggs. Who no longer wears cowboy. That is Tone Diggs.
That's not how you spell my name either.
Yeah, Diggs with an S, but his social media is with a Z because somebody got the S1 over it.
Yep, son of a bitch.
9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here. Big one for F1 this weekend. Monica, this is the one. If you've never seen F1 before, this is the weekend to watch.
Exactly.
No, I firmly disagree with that. Will be once again a great Saturday, but you're better off watching the Indy 500 this Sunday.
Can watch both. F1's in the morning, then IndyCar will be in the afternoon. Cannot watch in Indianapolis, though. That's the thing, unless you go to the race. So every other city in the United States of America and the world will be able to see the Indy 500, but not those of us here that don't go to the race, which will certainly be a bummer. But I'll watch the replay 7 p.m.
Bingo.
I'll watch the replay 7 p.m.
Time.
I'm going to stay off the internet so nobody tells me what it is. But you watch that F1 in the morning, and then you think to yourself, is this the best race in the world? And then you watch the Indy 500, and you go, is this the one? And then at night, you got the Coca-Cola 600.
That's right.
That you can go watch. The Kyle Larson will be racing in both, actually. He's 1,100 miles of racing. So you got a showcase of all the racing. Let's see who's the best.
Yeah.
We'll judge it strictly off what happens on Sunday.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Damn. It's going to be tough for F1, but hey.
Well, look, you said it's the Super Bowl. Like if I were to try and get someone to be a fan of the football, I would say, hey, watch the Super Bowl with us, and then maybe you'll like it. If this is what the F1 Super Bowl is, as it is billed,
and the IndyCar, it's their Super Bowl.
Bingo, and the same thing. Hey, watch the Indy 500.
NASCAR should have Daytona at night.
Yes.
They should have their
Daytona.
It should be Daytona up there.
I mean, Coke 600, nothing to sneeze at, but it's not Daytona.
I mean, 600-mile race.
It's not
that.
What about Dega?
Yeah,
I mean,
not
can we
Dega
throw
either.
Dega?
They should put Derby on this day too. Just racing the biggest. It should be race Sunday.
That'd be sick.
Sunday.
Exactly.
F1 Super Bowl starts it all off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here you go. This is what we judge the rest of this off. This is the
Get
one.
it out of the way.
Okay, let's watch that. Then maybe those ponies run. Okay,
Sure.
congrats to the ponies, young ponies. Maybe we get Breeders' Cup in there, actually.
Oh, that's a better idea.
Yeah, get the Breeders' Cup
Breeders.
ones that are the fastest horses in the world. Then you go right into the IndyCar right in the afternoon, 5 Indy 500, and then you go into the Daytona, and all of a sudden you just got racing Sunday.
Boom.
This is it. Holy shit. Why don't they do that?
Why haven't they been doing that?
Join us now is a guy that can make it happen. President of Ohio College Football National Champion, Super Bowl champion. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hall. AJ, how do you feel about Big Race Sunday that we're trying to create here, even though it feels like nobody's going to listen?
That sounds pretty amazing. If you kick it off with that F1 race, I think it kind of sets the tone for everybody, gets us all juiced up. We get to see the most exciting stuff right out of the gate.
Absolutely. As I send a Zoom link to our guest who's supposed to be joining us in a matter of moments, sorry about that, Jason.
Do you think no one's going to listen because no one would watch?
No one will watch what?
Big Race Sunday.
I disagree. I think everybody would be looking for the rubber to burn.
Yeah, and plus it'd be like, okay, I just have to do this for one day out of the year, and then I don't have to worry about this shit for the rest of the year.
That's the point.
I do wonder what ratings would be if it was just from beginning to end, Big Race Sunday. You know, because there's what events this weekend in golf?
The RBC Canadian thing?
Is that what it is?
No.
Charles Schwab Challenge,
There it is.
brothers.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is one that probably, after the PGA Championship, we assume is going to be a little bit of a letdown.
Blocky in it, though.
Is he?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. So, okay.
Short
favorite,
course
I
for
heard.
him,
I think he's a
too.
favorite.
Need 2 TVs.
AJ, no, you're
I read that somewhere. I don't know. There's different books everywhere.
a lot of sports books with a lot of different odds. I don't think anybody that is a successful sports book is putting Blocky as the odds on favorite.
Scotty's not the-
With that being
or
said, you can go
Blocky's
check
not.
out the odds at ESPN Bet.
You never know.
Scotty's the favorite. Block.
Please do it. Check out the odds.
Yeah.
Should.
Not a lot of people are doing it.
No. No.
You should check it out.
They're great odds.
Take a peek.
Hey,
They're really good
Michael
odds.
Block is coincidentally the longest favorite in the field.
Okay, so he is a favorite.
He's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any game that has odds on, are you going to say that the other team is the second favorite to win this?
Now I am. Yeah, runner-up favorite. Yeah.
Super optimistic about it all?
Absolutely. Like
Hey-
the Pacers, for instance. They'd be the last favorite.
Okay, yeah. Pacers are okay. We've talked a lot of basketball. We'll talk more here
Plus 100.
in a matter of a few moments. Let's talk a little bit about NFL. OTAs started yesterday, but they started weeks ago. We all know that, okay? Organized team activities officially launched yesterday, and feels like all the stars are out. We got videos from Aaron Rodgers throwing over there in New Jersey to Garrett Wilson on a little drag route across. Look at his running. Look at his drop back. Smooth, confident, poised. Robert Sala's thinking to himself, thank fucking God this guy is back on the field, because with him, we have hope and optimism. Without him, boy, it is doom and gloom time around here. Love what the Jets are doing. There's more videos coming out from Aaron Rodgers today where he was doing calisthenics, really working that Achilles, and he looked great. How about Kirk Cousins to Kyle Pitts, who's considering this a super rookie season, having to learn another playbook, learn a different offense in a different time with Kirk Cousins throwing rocks all over the yard. You think hands are going up and through for the corner?
Yeah, up and through.
Yeah. Good on him for taking care of his teammate right there, Hunty. But
Being a pro right there, learn how to practice early in the league. That's a great rep. But good rep for the offense. But I think defensively, he takes him to the ground in the game. Tries to punch that out.
If you were to punch through that and they both end up on the ground, one person's going to get yelled at, and it's not going to be Kyle Pitts because he was a top 10 draft pick. He's a tight end.
Yep.
So they're going to try to make that work. I believe we had other eyes on the field around. Here's the Chargers. Justin Herbert spinning it to Ladd, I do believe.
Hey.
Ladd McConkey, obviously, people are saying he's the next Cooper Kupp strictly because he's a white male who plays wide receiver in Los Angeles. We'll continue to update as the OTA videos roll through his social media teams. Joining us now is a man who played in the NBA for 22 years.
Long time.
He called games fantastically for TNT this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamal Crawford.
What's up, y'all? What's good?
Hey, congrats on a hell of a season on the microphone, pal. I know you're not calling any more games. You did great.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It was crazy because not only being up there with the legends, but just like Kevin Harlan's the voice of 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like the soundtrack of basketball as we watched it, as we played it. So to be up there with them and then be gracious enough to allow me to be up there was really cool.
Yeah, really cool. And really good games, it felt like, and really good series and really good stories. Let's start in the West. Let's chit-chat about the West. This Minnesota Timberwolves team has become, a sensation. Every clip of Anthony Edwards speaking, whether it's in the locker room, at a press conference, is going viral. People say, this guy's the new face of the league. Yeah. This guy's entertaining. He's funny. He's a dog. Wears his hat sideways. Doesn't give a shit about what anybody has to say. Do you feel like that's one of the biggest stories of the NBA, not only through this playoffs, but through the entire season as a whole? This Minnesota Timberwolves team seems to be like America's darling at this point.
They are, because they were the underdog, but they have a face with him. And it's crazy watching them in person. His fearlessness gives the whole team fearlessness. Like, they all believe they can do anything. He gives a certain swagger and a certain confidence. And he's authentic. And we all connect to what's real. You know what I'm saying? So he's very, very authentic. His game is loud. He keeps you on the edge of your seat. He takes the challenge. He's a dog, but he's leading the pack of wolves as well. And I mean that like sincerely, because yes, the Timberwolves, but they roam as a pack. They cheer for each other. If you watch their interviews, even him, he's always bigging up somebody else. The next person is always talking about the next person. And for them to be as good as they are, like they get after you.
I don't think I've gotten to see, I saw one Minnesota Timberwolves game, but it was vastly different than what it is now whenever we were out there for the Super Bowl.
Right.
Lil Jon was performing at halftime. That was the big story of the game. And Lil Jon brought it. Still had his fastball. Now, you just brought up something there. He's a dog who's leading a pack of wolves. They're the Timberwolves. Are they howling in there? How's the atmosphere? I assume it's pretty absurd.
It's upset. We were in Denver, and it felt like we were in Minnesota towards the end of the game, because they're becoming the darling. Like you said, like, people have to respect what they're doing. They play hard-nosed basketball. Their coaches, he's out there, he's on one leg, he's still behind the bench, barking and encouraging them. So they're special. Like, they play as hard as any team I've seen in person in the playoffs. And a lot of teams go on offensive runs, they go on defensive runs. And that's why I asked them, I'm like, well, who's their third best offensive player? They're spitting out names. Oh, it's this person, it's that person. I said, no, it's their defense. Because once they get stops, they can go on a run that is special. And they can go on, 7, 8, 9 stops in a row, and they're scoring on the other end when everybody's involved.
And Rudy Gobert's hitting turnaround jumpers. Let's not get crazy.
Oh, it's over. When he's doing that, Pat, it's over with. We know when he's hitting turnarounds and going off the glass with the fillet and hitting free throws, like, it's over.
Hey, Anthony actually said that once I saw Rudy Gobert hit the turnaround jumper, I thought we were okay. I thought we were going to be okay. After the game, there was a moment between you and Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards that obviously garnered a lot of attention on the internet. What were you saying here? I assume you're just talking about how proud you are of both of these dudes? Is that the conversation there? Yeah. How close do you get to a full series?
Yeah, because I actually played with Cat. And we went to the playoffs at the time. It was the first time in 14 years in Minnesota that went to the playoffs. And I was just telling him, like, bro, right now, the way you're playing, it's winning basketball. Like, it's bigger than numbers. You're doing every little thing. We know you're a star. We know you can get 30 at any time, but you're doing the little things to help win. I was just proud of him. And me and Ant go back. I was talking to him a couple years ago. And I told him during text, like, hey, it's your time now. And this was a couple years ago. And he was like, man, he was only 20 at the time. And so I'm like, fast forward. I said, I told you, it's your time now. I said, but now you're like the voice of the young person, the young generation that's coming up, right? And I'm like, you got to keep pushing the game forward because this is your opportunity. And he was like, I got you. But I remember just the text we exchanged a couple years back, so it's been dope to watch his growth as well.
Yeah, hey, good eye. This guy's a scout. This guy's a scout. He's got a good eye. He knows what he's looking for. Need a Space Jam out of Ant soon. Next generation.
Uh-oh. I see what you're doing, Pat. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, he's not going to. Hey, it's going to be better than the last one. He's a. They're not going to go back to back with bad ones, but he is also a thespian. I mean, he is great. He's a great personality. Go ahead, AJ.
So tonight, Pacers taking on the Celtics. Like, is there one or two matchups that you're trying to focus on that you think are pivotal in this matchup? And does this Pacers team have to shoot 78% from the field to win in the playoffs? Yep. Do you feel like they have multiple different ways to win?
We have, just by the way.
They do have multiple different ways. They're known to get up and down the court and play with speed, but I think what Pascal Siakam has brought to them is somebody who's a three-level scorer, somebody who can play in the half court. When things slow down in the playoffs, he can go get you a bucket. People forget he's a champion, so he knows what it takes. I feel like there's a moment of truth in every game, and that's where the moment can go, okay, it can go from 10 to 20, it can go from 10 to 2, and he understands that moment of truth. Okay, I got to be more aggressive. If you look at his last game, he had 11 in the first quarter and only ended with 20, but he knew as a veteran presence to set the tone. I need to be confident and comfortable to get these guys confident. And he did that. For the Celtics, I think, honestly, their biggest opponent is them. What I mean by that is this. When they're up by 20, the ball's moving, everybody's touching it, it's all good. When they get in tight games, that's when they start going one-on-one. The offense bogs down, and then the other team has a chance. So they gotta beat the disease of me as far as, like, I'm going to be the guy to beat them. It's got to be a team thing for them. If they can do that, they'll be in good shape.
A lot on Missoula's shoulders, keeping the boys team-oriented. Seems like they have been, though, because the conversation has been, are they going to be able to go? Just know that they will shoot 78% if they have to. That's Indiana Pacers basketball. D-But's got a question for you, Jamal.
Yeah, speaking of, we've kind of had eras in the NBA, the big three era. I feel like we're kind of in that big two era with some duos. Got some great duos left with the Final Four. Obviously, Brown, Tatum in Boston, Kyrie, Luka. Halliburton, it could be Miles, it could be Spicy P. Who is the best duo right now? Obviously, Ant and Cat, who you're close with. Who's the best duo right now going forward, who you kind of, put a ticket on?
I would say the best duo could be, I would go with Ant and Cat. I'm thinking Kyrie and Luka as well, because I think they're honestly the most skilled backcourt ever. But I think Ant and Cat have it figured out. And they haven't figured out that Ant, you didn't even know he was 6 for 24 because the energy he plays with, the enthusiasm he plays with. And they know who they are. Like, they really don't care. They don't give a crap about nothing. And I love that about them. Like, they really do not care. They're so fearless, and they're like, and they don't know what they don't know, and I think that's a gift for them as well. So I'm gonna go with Cat and Ant-Man right now.
Okay, so let's stay in the West. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Jamal. Speaking of Kyrie, obviously right now everyone's very high on the T-Wolves, and for good reason. They beat the defending champs. They look great. They have all these guys who are kind of starting to learn more and more about now. But on the other side with Dallas, Kyrie, he's obviously been a lot more of a kind of a leader and kind of taking a back seat to Luka. But do you think the Mavs can win this series if he continually is only scoring, anywhere from 9 to 15 points a game like he did in the last couple games against Oklahoma City? Or is he going to have to kind of expand his scoring output? Like, is he going to have to start going for 30 in some of these games for Dallas to be able to beat Minnesota?
I think right now he's playing possession basketball. And what I mean by that is he's just playing the possession. Like, if it calls for him to make a pass, he'll do that. If it calls for him to score, he'll do that. Oh, okay, it's the moment of truth. Let me go get 10 straight, like only I can. And it's going to be a loud 10 where it feels like 20 because Kyrie's a magician. I think it's going to take some of both, because to beat Minnesota, you've got to be able to score. They have multiple defenders. They're connected defensively. And it's going to be Anthony Edwards matching up with him, but he's going to see 5 different sets of eyes. So he's going to have to have those scoring bursts for sure. I think a little bit more consistent to beat them than he did last series. But he's also going to have to be able to trust as well when he gets 3 people to drop it off. And I think he's at a place mentally where he's making that play every single time. But to your point, he's going to have to score more this series if Dallas is to win.
Let's talk about Indiana high school legend. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Jamal, it's not 22 seasons, but Mike Conley is getting up there. And all the talk is obviously about Ant and Cat and Gobert. But what do you think Mike Conley brings, like, as a veteran who I believe was traded halfway through last year to Minnesota? What do you think he's done for the team this whole season and now playoff run?
He's been one of the most underrated. I played against him in the playoff series, actually, with Memphis. When he was with Memphis, I was with
Clippers. 1990, what was that? That was
here you go, Pat. Here you go.
I didn't know. I was trying to remember. It was kind of like, it was like 6:20. Was it?
Yeah, I could barely see the TV.
Yeah,
you could barely see it. It was still black and white. But he brings another coach on the court. I think he brings what Fisher brought to Kobe. I mean, obviously, he's a vet, and Fisher and Kobe are the same draft class, but he brings a calmness to him. He's somebody who can be like, nah, not right there. You got to look at this read, or you got to make that read. He brings a calmness to their team. I think one of the only games they got blown out in the series, this last series against Denver, he didn't play. And he's like a stabilizer. He can feel when things are not going right. He can feel like, okay, we need to look for this. And he can feel who hasn't gotten the rock in a little bit or what they need to do. So I think Mike Conley is better than his numbers. He's always been one of the best teammates. He's always been one of the best leaders. I just love who he is as a person. And guys like him make your whole organization better, not just the team.
What is it? The Good Guy brand? What was the Good Guys?
Something like that. Good Guys finish first.
Yeah. Is his brand, I think? It makes sense. It seems like everybody's. He's been in a long time, dude. Long time. Had a full career in Utah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now here we go.
Hey, I just saw that jumper, Pat. If me and you get in a shootout, I'm not sure. I may treat you like I'm going to do Gilly when I play him one-on-one. That jumper looked kind of funny right there, Pat.
Oh, that's because it was my left hand, because I was doing journalism of Conley.
Good Lord.
Okay?
There you go. He shoots right-hand floaters, though, Pat. You have the freedom to shoot that right when you're doing a floater.
Okay, well, I'm strictly right-hand shots. Me and B-Stu doing the same shit. Hey, listen, do you know much about the W? I assume you do.
Yes, I know something about it.
Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not talking too much about it.
Too new, they would say.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people
What you got?
saying I was exactly, too new.
Too new.
Growth of the game.
You have a platform you should be. Okay, all right, get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
okay, brand new.
We need more time.
Sorry, Fever's got the next one. Okay, it's in our city. I am going to watch. This Liberty team, I know they lost to the Aces in the championship. Congrats to you. We love the Aces.
Yeah, it's a good team, too.
We love the Aces. We love a great team. Jeez.
Looking for the 3-peat.
Kelsey Plum, friend of the program.
Yeah.
You know, we how does this Liberty team lose? They got 3 giants underneath. Labali, Jones, and B-Stu underneath. They were taller, more physical, seemingly more talented than everybody else on the court. And they were 7 to 10 inches taller than everybody on the court. And then you got Sabrina doing no looks to be. Look at this no look. In her fresh new shoes, they were nasty. The B-Stu falling. And that isn't obviously the only play B-Stu. I think she had 36 points or something in this game.
Filled it up.
She was hitting step back. She was blocking. It's like, this team, this Liberty team, is this the greatest team? Like, what? Is this the same team that lost to the Aces last year? How? This Aces team needs a lot more respect if they beat this Liberty team that I saw. How close do you pay attention to it? We're obviously paying closer attention to it. Last night, we missed a layup to tie this thing with like 6 seconds left, and Connecticut's on get us again. You know, and we seem to have a murderer's row to start this entire thing with the Indiana Fever. But, like, this Liberty team's the greatest team of all time, dude. Is this how this works? And what should I expect out of the season from the W, you think?
I think for the Liberty team, I think they'll be there in the end. They got to take their lumps. They got to go through different points of the season. Like, even the Boston Celtics team that won in 2008, like, they went through they were 67-15 or whatever it was, but they learned along the way. And I think this Liberty team has all the pieces, to your point. They can do everything. I think the favorites are them and the Aces in the championship. And by that time, they'll be a different team than when they're starting out right now. So you're still good. You're good.
Yeah, but the Fever, what they're going to be, we're just 4 games into this. They're starting to figure it out.
Bingo.
We got to give the ball a shorter one.
Got to take our lumps. Got to take our lumps.
Well, they're just setting moving screens on Caitlin all over the court.
It's just like Ant. You know, when Ant came in, they're on their way.
They're calling ticky-tack fouls on Caitlin. Caitlin's like, well, that's not a fucking foul. And they're like, well, that's a tack too. Yep. And then she's picking up 2 real quick out of nowhere. It's a whole new league. Yep, bang, pow, Angie get a tech. All right, lady. You know, her dad's still sitting inside. Yep. Arms crossed, just waiting to let her know. But they're 4 games into this. Caitlin's going to figure it out.
Absolutely.
Now, let's get back to the NBA. Congrats to the Aces beating El Liberty. The Aces would be impossible to beat.
What a title.
I have my eyes on them. I'm like, you're talking about offering Caitlin Clark a Big 3 contract. It's like Liberty got a Big 3.
Yeah.
They got a
team.
They got a team. They had their hands like this over Aaliyah Boston, rookie of the year. They had their hands like this over Aaliyah Boston, and she just looked like how my daughter looks whenever she's trying to get something and she's not talking. It just bum, 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 bum. And then B-Stu's hitting hezzies. It's like, what is this team's problem? The Aces plus 110 to go back again. Liberty plus 185. Okay.
2-team rating.
Fever only plus 3,000.
Seattle, you see Seattle up there too. That's home now. Seattle Storm.
That's a lot of miles. Flying a lot of miles up there, Seattle. That's might get a little what's that called?
Jet lag.
Jet lag. Yeah. You guys. Yeah. Seattle's going to be tough to win ever.
Yes.
In anything.
No matter what.
So far, I can't believe you live up there. That you travel to Alaska and then you every single time. I love it. I love that you do it, but that's far up there.
It is far, but it's home. I can never leave here, so it's always home. And for me, I'll never leave. So it's the best place on earth. I'll go anywhere from here, though. It has to be from here.
It's beautiful up there.
Oh yeah,
it was gorgeous. Went up to Oregon a couple times.
Oh yeah,
Got a chance to go.
You guys got to come do a show up here at some point.
I don't know how big. I don't know if we're a big. I don't know.
Not a huge footprint up there.
I'm not sure if it's smart. You know, we'll maybe run out like a gymnasium or something.
Yeah. Seahawks fans really love us too.
Oh yeah, Seattle Seahawks fans are very thankful for our coverage of their team. Oh my God, yeah, probably not. I don't think so. But hey, shout out Seattle. Love what you do.
A lot of hoopers.
Hey,
A lot of hoopers out of there.
Where Seattle?
A lot of hoopers.
Really?
A lot of them.
Seattle a basketball hub? I didn't know that.
Yeah, for sure. We got Jay McDaniels now, Zach LaVine, Paulo Banchero, DeJounte Murray, Isaiah Thomas, B-Roy, Nate Robinson, myself. The list goes on and on. Doug Christie.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Studs.
What a place. Seattle.
Yeah.
All right, Seattle.
Harder to shoot in the rain.
Weren't people offering up Seattle to Canada a couple times whenever there was like a whole negotiation?
People?
Yeah, Portland.
Portland.
It was
Portland. It
yeah.
wasn't Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't us. It wasn't me. I would never do that. Hey, let's stay on the West Coast. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Jamal, you need to bring a team back to Seattle, first of all, get the Supersonics back in the league. But with that being said, Sean Charania is reporting that the Lakers view J.J. Redick Pat Riley-like. I assume J.J. Redick absolutely hates that, but that is what Shams is reporting. What do you think about the situation going over there in L.A.? Do you think that J.J. is kind of a shoo-in for that job? And how do you think that would work out, especially if, you know, the boys were to lose a couple games and they have to go record Mind the Game right after and they don't like each other?
Yeah, I don't know if he's a shoo-in, but definitely having that pod with those two is a great segue for sure, right? Like you understand how LeBron sees the game, how JJ sees it. You see how they see it together. I think whenever, you know, you have a great player like that, you want to have him on the same page with the coach. So if he has a different respect for him and JJ's in the mix, and I know JJ wants to coach. He told me that maybe 2.5 years ago he wanted to be a coach. He loved coaching. So I know that he wants to be a coach. He has a passion for it. He's obviously a brilliant basketball mind. It's just about how those two and how the rest of the team would kind of see things. And I think he would be a great coach. Young Pat Riley, that's steep. Pat Riley, listen, that's pretty steep.
Hey, you ever think about getting the coaching?
I coach 8th grade right now. My team, Rotary Styles, 3rd in the country, 8th grade. So, you know what, though? I'm seeing all these coaches, man. They're getting some big bags. I don't know. It may be time to throw my name in the ring.
8th
But
grade,
now I'm enjoying.
8th grade, are we smacking the floor? What are we teaching? I don't know the development of basketball. Is there sophisticated basketball happening in 8th grade? And how much coaching are we doing? How many plays we got? And 3rd in the country. Holy shit. Hey, let's go. Probably the best. You don't have an opportunity to play your best yet.
And what's crazy is we probably have, this is no lie, we probably have 150 offensive plays. And it's myself, Rel Hennings, and Keith Smith. All of us played Division I. We're not coaching them where they are now. We're coaching them where they're going. And that's the cheat code, right? So we're watching film. They absolutely are dialed in. They'll know terminology. They'll know all types of different things. But it's because of where we know they're going, so we're coaching them towards that. So, yeah, now they're really good, though. Rotary style.
I don't even know if I knew 150 words.
No way.
I think you probably did.
I don't think so.
In 8th grade?
Yeah, I remember how dumb I was.
Hold on, AJ, you want to see me as a coach? You want to see me throw my name in the ring? Is that what's going on out there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, we got Carlisle.
Let's think.
Oh, yeah, you do. You do got
Start with
Carlisle.
W. Fever.
Fever.
Yeah.
Needs its fever.
Boom.
Coach Sides. We're on Coach Sides' side.
We are.
Yeah.
We are on Coach Sides.
Stand by, Chris.
When the Supersonics come back.
They were 13-27 last year. They're 0-4 right now. I mean, the heat is on.
It is.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you're in a fever already.
Yeah.
It's already hot.
And Bluter's out there.
Well, Bluter's sitting courtside right next to Jan Jansen.
Yeah.
They're sitting right next to the bench. Good to see here.
That is tough.
Full on the Jumbotron. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Whole place.
Yeah. Standing O.
It did. It went
Yeah.
crazy. Coach Bluter did a really cool wave. It's like on a hot seat there. 8th grade. So you're going to coach through high school then when the kids get through there? These are your kids?
Yeah, and I'm going to coach them all the way through high school. I think it's – oh, you got my boys up there. Look at Titan McNeil right there knocking down the three. I'm going to coach them all the way through, and then from there but it's the perfect balance doing media and that because I can do both. If I was coaching, I would have to stop coaching these boys, and that's what's most important for me.
Yeah, so, you get to spend a lot of time, right?
8th grade.
Yeah, look at Carter. Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Who's that? Who's that?
Kid 6'8".
He plays football?
He's great at football, too. He's a tight end. He just got his first 8th grade, just got 2 scholarship offers from Cal and from University of Miami.
Damn.
One of the top players in the country. Good knowledge right there. Steven's son, that's my guy right there. Probably our leading scorer.
Lefty.
Steven's sons. Yeah, we got some go-getters, man. But they play as a team, and I love coaching them. We love coaching them.
I see you pacing the sidelines, obviously coaching them up. Let's go, box out. I need you down here. I like what you get on the yeah, buddy.
I leave defense to my coaches. You know I didn't play defense, right? I leave that to my assistants. I was an offense specialist.
I like so modern NBA is your style of NBA, huh?
Charge.
Hello, here we go. Exactly.
Yeah, you go out in the corner, up in the front. Yeah, I'm like, hey, if they pass one to me, I'll get a steal. Yeah, I will certainly get a steal. I appreciate that. I respect that. Are we talking to the refs? Isn't that a big part of the youth sports is the treatment of refs and officials? Is it hard not to ask them to be professionals even though they're only reffing 8th grade AAU games?
That was my son, JJ, knocked the last one down. Pat, my last game, they just threw me out the game. And the guy came back and apologized. He said, I was ready to ref you. I said, I'm not playing. You got to ref them. So I got thrown out the game in the first half, and I got it on tape. It wasn't bad at all.
Oh, okay. So you're raising hell with these refs.
I raised hell after the game. After I sat to the side after he threw me out, I walked out, and then I raised hell afterwards. I'm in, but I usually don't.
Okay, let's talk about this. I got a tweet from the NBA officials. Hey, real deal here. I got a tweet from the NBA officials, the account from the NBA refs, basically saying, this guy tries to say he's Mr. Positive, huh? Be a friend, tell a friend something. This is what I am not joking around right now. No. This is a real tweet that happened in real life during our 4-day break. Because the first Fever game, Isaac Barnett, okay, this little whistle-happy ref, calls 2 non-fouls on Caitlin Clark in the first 5 minutes of that game. The only 2 fouls called. And I would assume the ratings went from to we're not watching because she has to go to the bench because she's the only one with 2 fouls already this early. So that was my first WNBA game I've ever watched in my life.
Sure.
And we obviously called for a lot of things on that next day, including Isaac Barnett to be the hell out of the WNBA. Some people were calling for a coach. I was calling for the refs to be gone. And then obviously when the Pacers play the Knicks and there's a lot of against the Pacers whenever it's in Madison Square Garden, and you got Tony Peters doing his song and dance, and Scott
Foster
doing his song and dance. It's like, well, I need to be the voice of the people here. So I think the officials think that I need to pipe down a little bit and have a little bit more respect. Sounds like you're on my side. You're getting kicked out of 8th grade games. Sounds like you're just want a little accountability. That's all we're looking for around here. We expect them to be great because they're already great humans because they're signing up to ref. We got nothing but respect. But with that being said, not everybody gets a trophy here. We got to do our jobs. Is that accurate?
Big leagues.
Accountability, a little balance. That's all. Call it consistent. It's a hard job. When my last year in Phoenix, I reffed the players, and they were crying and complaining. I'm like, shut the hell up. Like, I get where they're coming from. But we just want accountability and everything to be consistent. Consistency, and we'll be patient.
That's all we're looking for. That's basketball.
That's it.
And we've been big basketball fans our whole life. We didn't play in the NBA for 22 years.
No,
not that. But we share similar thoughts.
And we
that
love
makes
the
me
game.
feel good. That's empowering me.
Yeah.
That makes me feel
But
great.
it was the real NBA.
Dude, I'm telling you, I sent it in.
I just sent
Yeah,
it.
it's NBA.
Who runs the account?
At official.
Wow, this is a real deal right here.
Dude, I'm telling you, I saw it. I thought I was tripping. I was like, no way is this real. The Pat actually prides themselves on bringing positive energy to the world through conversation about sport, which is why so many of us are fans of the show. They're not mad, they're disappointed. But it's far too often the case in today's society. The positivity isn't granted to sports officials. Critiquing decisions, performance, and execution is all part of the sports conversation, regardless of the accuracy of the 2 foul calls referenced. Making remarks about the individual referee only exacerbates the issue of violence against sports officials. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. These are the actual refs saying, hey, pipe down, pal.
Yeah, what the hell?
I just want to let these refs know. Hey.
How did you take that? How did you take that when you saw that? How did you take it?
Well, I don't want to say I laughed, but there was a no way. That was the immediate reaction. Then there was a copy sent right to the group. Look at this joke. And then there was a moment of self-reflection, that maybe these refs, maybe they are humans,
Well, I mean,
you ended it being self-reflective. That's growth. That's evolution. That's good. That's good for you.
I thought maybe they are, And
Yeah,
then,
but like you were saying, if you're horse shit, guess what? You're not going to get a pat on the back. That's not the way it works. If you're horse shit, you're going to get called out for being horse shit, and then we move on and we try to do better.
The 2 calls were wrong in that tweet, kind of.
well, they kind of admitted fault, but also maybe, just said, hey, take it easy. And I would like to let the refs know we will take it easy. And whenever we say one ref sucks, that doesn't mean all refs suck.
No.
You should hear what we say about you should hear what an official NFL ref.
They had a rough day. They had a rough day.
Terrible. It seems to be happening against the Indiana teams on a regular
Quite a
basis
bit.
from my spectator. But nonetheless, you guys do me, Terrence Howard.
Yep. Right.
Obviously have done all the science and figured it all out. reffing is going to get better.
Yeah.
That is what's going to happen in this entire thing, and we're thankful for that Joe Rogan experience.
Hell yeah.
All right, Jamal, we appreciate you, brother. What do you got for the rest of the – we got podcasts. We got time. We're calling more games. We're not doing that. We're doing simulcast. What do we got the rest of the way?
I'm actually home. We got practice tonight, but I'm actually home. This will be – well, no, I leave Thursday. So I've been home one time for 4 straight days in 2 months. So I'm out, man. I'm trying to be like you guys and get in this media space and do well there. So that's my focus right now. That and practice. Spend some time with family.
We will send an invite on a very regular basis over the next few weeks of the season. We appreciate you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, Jamal.
I thought of Terrence Howard breaking down the refs and the whistle. Just imagine him talking about the whistle sound.
Mm-hmm.
Just what that is actually is a gas that is created.
AJ watched the whole thing.
What?
Saw it all. Over the course of a couple of days, I was very intrigued. He never came off of it. I thought, maybe we'll start talking about his acting and movies. No, we never really got there, but it was still very entertaining. Very entertaining.
So certainly, I've watched all these videos, just going, wow. This is when
when his hand was his friend, he said, "Here's my friend." Oh, that's my hand. Okay, and he kept doing all this stuff when he was in the womb. He thought it was his friend, but it was his hand.
Well, it was the palace.
And he remembers that.
What was the palace, AJ?
That was his dreams.
He kept referencing, the palace.
I think that was in his dreams that he would go to and visit. I think.
Yeah, there was like this information. Like he said, the periodic table he saw for the first time in this palace is what he said in that clip.
Well, the thing that we missed in his Wikipedia whenever we talked about, he went to an engineering school. He calls himself an engineer. He's 3 credits short, is what the Wikipedia says. The next line says, he has the patent that mixes virtual reality with actual reality. Here it is. Howard is the sole invented this thing.
Damn.
Listed on U.S. patent, U.S. 201-002-71394A1. Right down there at the bottom, titled A System and Method for Merging Virtual Reality and Reality to Provide an Enhanced Sensory Experience, which, after listening to a couple clips, sounds like would be something he would create, which has been cited by Amazon, Microsoft, HP, Sony, Raytheon, among 30 other major corporations. It was later abandoned by Howard.
Raytheon.
Done with that shit.
Yeah.
I got he basically said, like, if he would have paid the fees, he'd have trillions of dollars by now. You to pay to keep the patent alive, I guess.
You know what they say? Sometimes it's those little things that the geniuses just can't figure out.
That's right.
They just can't figure out.
Amen.
As we wait for our next guest, who is obviously a great chatter.
Oh, the best.
First of all, I'd like to say I love Austin Rivers on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He needs more TV time.
Yes, he does.
And he will just throw himself out there, won't he?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he will certainly do whatever, which is why we love him. The next guy has been doing this for football for a matter of years, but football is happening. How do you feel? We did a quick little OTA bounce. You were with, obviously, Aaron last week down at the Kentucky Derby watching horses race. Feels like he's spinning it. I may or may not have chatted with Source Says close to the situation, saying feeling very good, like ball coming out very good, legs feel good, feel light, feel upbeat. Is that your sense of what's happening over there for the quarterback of the New York Jets as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that I read that he is fully clear to do everything, that he looks good. I mean, he looks good physically. You saw him, remember in Tahoe, he's like tan, he's kind of jacked for how he normally is. Like he seems to be in the best shape of his life. I would assume his Achilles is feeling really good too.
Yeah, whenever you have to rehab something, you're already in there working out. So, like I found whenever I would have to rehab, best shape of my whole body would get into, because you're in there. You have to rebuild whatever you're doing, and then as you're doing that, you have to balance it out too, because you can't make one obviously smaller or bigger than the other. So you maybe come in there even better. Mentally, though, good spot, seems like, from the sources that I've talked to, right?
Yeah, did you see the little clips of them warming up when they're doing the little stretch lines and running? That's when you know, like, hey, he's jacking around with multiple people, always like pointing out, saying stupid things, making fun of dudes making fun of him. Like, you could tell he's having a good time out there.
Yeah, we have the calisthenics. He was doing a little high stepping too, like he was prime, which is obviously not easy for the hamstring at his age too. No offense, but things change a little bit as you get older. He's high stepping it. He's talking his shit. There it is. Quick to the high knees, which smart play. At 30, whatever he is.
Yeah, I don't need to do the other one.
Yeah, we don't need to be high stepping it, but it's. I think he just told him what Joker was going to do.
It's like a PK
finger roll.
He's got to be excited to be out there with the boys. Joining us now is a guy who could potentially tell us what quarterbacks are going through at this stage of the NFL schedule. We're at OTAs right now. What does that mean? Saw him break down a playbook on the internet. Then I saw Chase Daniel do it 10 times. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, Dano!
Good shirt.
What's up, buds? What's going on?
Good shirt.
You tell us what's going on with you, dude. Seems like you wrote Florida Panthers on a shirt of yours.
No, I wore this for D-Butt. I know he's a big Panthers fan, so this was an original buy.
Appreciate that.
Buy.
Is that inside out? It looks like his shirt's inside out. Is that an inside out shirt or is it just a white shirt?
You cheap son of a bitch. Just
It
buy
looks like it's a
jersey.
basketball. It looks like it's a basketball shirt that you turn inside out and then use the red marker on. Is that?
It's just in support of D-Butt. That's the only.
You cheap son of a bitch. Just order a shirt if you want to be a prick, okay? Don't come on here like some asshat drawing on a shirt, you doucher.
No, I don't think that might have been. I don't think he drew on. I don't think you're any of those. He's upset. Florida Panthers knocked out the Boston Bruins. You obviously didn't know that, right?
No, I haven't. I unfortunately haven't paid attention a ton to hockey. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're playing the New York Rangers next, and that would be like.
See, this is just classic Connecticut. This is just exactly what Connecticut does. They're just
No, the only thing I really know was PK talking about it when PK. But other than that, I didn't know that, Connor. I'm sorry.
That's high fashion you got on that shirt. Probably sell that thing $750, $800 in that city that has the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
you can maybe probably get some shirt or shoes that you just wipe through some dog poop out in the yard.
Yep, boom.
Put it in a box. You could probably sell that.
1,500.
Maybe 2,000. Maybe
Who did the Panthers beat?
They beat the Boston Bruins.
You're overselling, brother.
Tell us more, Dan.
That's all I got.
Sweet shirt. That was definitely to tell Connor. Can't
Yeah, it
believe
was.
the hell.
Big lacrosse guy going into the Final Four weekend. This guy's coming on here just to be a prick. Okay.
Notre Dame's about to win it.
Amen, they are.
They're so good. They're so good.
The Kavanaugh boys.
Oh, my God. Nasty.
Good luck.
It's just a legacy after a legacy.
Bingo.
And the youngest Kavanaugh boy who isn't even in school yet is about to get there and do something bigger.
And Chris
Is he going to Notre Dame, the youngest one?
I assume, yeah. That's what Notre. No, he's not. Okay.
I believe Chris is the youngest one.
Oh, okay. There's another one. They're gonna have kids.
Yeah. Matt's kid, the oldest actually.
Yeah.
His boy.
His boy's boy.
And he's gonna say my father and my father's brothers.
Yep.
They went to Notre Dame. Yeah, I mean,
That goal is stupid.
Yeah, I mean that's what the boys do. The lads are buzzing.
I believe they called that a question mark.
Oh my God, dude, you are such a lacrosse mark. It is just disgusting listening to you talk.
What is your problem? Why are you so angry right now? The guy wrote Florida Panthers on the inside out of a basketball shirt.
I believe that's called the question mark goal. Shut up, Dan. Yeah, it is.
That's how lacrosse speak. That's how lacrosse people speak. That's how the rest of the world thinks.
Well, the lingo would probably
You sound a little emotional right now.
Oh, jeez, you okay?
It's the Eastern Conference Finals, game one. I mean, what are we talking about here? Yeah, it's a volatile day. Sorry, I'm a fan of sports. Sue me. I don't just put on some stupid Sharpie on a shirt to piss people off that actually are fans of teams. Dan.
Okay, well,
looks like it worked.
All right, well, great work, Dano. Dano's a mastermind.
I'm revved up.
Yeah, you are revved up because the Pacers obviously are taking on the Celtics tonight. Let's talk about the NFL, Dan. And I thought we were maybe going to have I looked at the clock and thought maybe we'd do a moment of silence for 20 minutes. Sure. For the final, for the end of this show.
I was ready.
100% ready. Legit. But I would like to get some of Dan's thoughts. I mean, so it's a little bit of an issue. Right now at these OTAs, Dan, we're seeing Patrick Mahomes back in the building, obviously. He's been doing his thing. He's the face of the NFL. He's back in the building for OTAs. You got Aaron Rodgers back in the building. You got Justin Herbert back in the building. And now everything's happening. What should we be taking away from these practices and these videos that we're seeing? And what are your thoughts where we stand right now with some of the young bucks and where they're headed?
Yeah, I mean, I think in relation to Patrick, if we're being honest, the Chiefs have had a very loud and noisy and probably not ideal offseason when it comes to the off-the-field stuff. And so I think this is when, when you're the face of the NFL and just the elite talent, you lose sight of some of the intangible stuff. And at least we do in regards to that. And I think right now we'll see itself play out eventually, the leadership of Patrick, because obviously Rashee Rice has gotten his name into the conversation a little bit, and Wanye Morris, their potential left tackle, and Harrison Butker. There's just been a lot of maybe not glowing positivity when it comes to the organization or some of their players. And so I think Patrick's going to be challenged a little bit with his leadership to make sure like they can stay as focused as possible on the three-peat. I think like that's one of the things that we constantly overlook when it comes to Patrick is that. So just watching how he leads throughout all of this will be something that to kind of pay attention to with Aaron and New York. We had Joe Buck on yesterday and just talking about the opener for Monday Night Football. I'm just so excited to watch Aaron and Garrett together because that was one of the things that I was looking forward to last season was I thought Garrett had the chance to be in that conversation for Offensive Player of the Year just because I obviously have tremendous respect and appreciation for how ridiculous Aaron is. And I think Garrett is a superstar. And, to have almost 100 catches and over 1,000 yards last year with, not high-level quarterback play. I just want to see those two dudes go to work and become one of those quarterback-wide receiver duos that is one of those special ones in the league. I think Herbert and with the Chargers will be a lot better than people expect just because the style of play and the coaching ability. I think for the rookies, there's a nerd element of that playbook stuff that, I kind of just got bored.
Did great.
Yeah. Great shit.
Did great.
Yeah, I just got bored and was like, hey, because the next 2.5-3 months, the conversation around these guys is always going to be, should they start? When should they start? Is he ready? All that. And I just thought it would be interesting for people to see, to be able to answer that question, yes or no. This is all that they have to learn to then go out and give themselves the chance to go play and maybe earn that starting job. And it's just so much. I wanted fans to have a little bit of a greater appreciation for it's more than, hey, here's your play call, go out there and find the open guy.
Well, I think it did a great job of explaining all that. And if you have it, you would assume that all these guys that were drafted high have the capability to retain all that information. But that is something that teams are going to find out now for real, right? With all these guys and through OTAs, can you decide and decipher if somebody's going to be able to get it quick enough?
Yeah, I think that when during OTAs and mini camps, I think you can walk away in regards to a player and be like, we can give him more and he can handle more. I think once you give them that information, I've said this before, you guys have heard me say, I think every quarterback in the NFL is accurate. Not all of them have really good ball placement. Every quarterback in the NFL is intelligent. All of them could sit there, take stuff in information in a meeting, get up on the board and recite it, talk about it in a meeting room. 99% of them. When you give those guys all that information, all they have to handle when it comes to the different personnels and the cadence and how they're going to communicate in the huddle and the different play calls and the situational football, and then they're able to go communicate at a little bit different level in the huddle instead of just calling, hey, we're going to get into double right, 2-jet, all go orbit on one, getting into the huddle and be like, hey, fellas, it's 1st and 10 here. If you get that safety play in the over the top, make sure you bend in a little bit. Come back to the football if you're the outside guy, back it out. We're going to go double right, 2-jet, all go orbit on one. Hey, offensive line, make sure you chip us. When you hear your young quarterback to be capable of that, that's when I think you walk away and be like, oh, we can give him more. I was thinking about it this morning. CJ, in part, had that year last year, at least in my belief, because of the way that Ryan Day coaches those quarterbacks at Ohio State. They huddle. They have long play calls. CJ's got to make sure that there's different levels to his communication within the huddle. I think that, really was a huge foundation for him and his success.
CJ on our show actually said that. I think he said because of Ohio State and because of Ryan Day is why he had such a jump start on everything mentally, he thought. And then he also complimented, I think, the Big Ten for the defenses that you play against. He gives the perfect answer for everything. Obviously, everybody is hoping that they have a quarterback like that. Go ahead, AJ.
Dan, if you were in Atlanta right now and through training camp, I know Kirk Cousins is coming off that Achilles. How would you split up reps between he and Penix? I know you want Penix to develop, obviously, and all this, but Kirk, he's on a new squad as well. How would you kind of divvy that up? And when it comes to Penix, how much do you give that guy, and how much do you give him in camp?
I mean, I don't think I would give Michael Penix a rep with our ones unless it was a day off for Kirk, or Kirk's not practicing. I would, Kirk is in Atlanta, new locker room, new people, new offensive coordinator and first-time offensive coordinator in Zach Robinson. And so, if we're being brutally honest here, this is also the first time that these skill position players have had like a bona fide starting quarterback as their guy. And so they need the reps with Kirk as much as Kirk may need the reps. And to take those reps away from a guy like Kirk Cousins and give them to Michael Penix when you're not banking on him playing this year, I think would be a little bit of a waste of time in that regard. Michael Penix would get a decent amount of my number 2 reps with him and Taylor Heineke to see if he could win that backup job right away. But this would be something where Kirk would get the great majority of them.
Yeah, and the way they balance that entire situation will certainly be judged by everybody. Mm-hmm. And if it ends up working out for them, they're going to take a victory lap on everybody's grave. Certainly a topic of conversation. We'll continue to chit-chat on YouTube, ESPN Plus, and TikTok, which needs to get figured out.
It does.
And then we'll be back tomorrow on ESPN. Sports Center's in about 7 minutes. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice, even to refs. Cheers. Yeah, we got attacked by the NBA refs, Dano. Got attacked.
I saw that. I was watching.
Yeah, I didn't expect that when I signed up to do this every day.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Guy. Who's running that account, though? It's one guy. It's not every ref didn't base
Is it legit account? Is it a legit account?
Oh, yeah.
I know there's a blue check mark, but nowadays I don't know if that matters.
Hey, man, Brian James Jr. got me. Brian James Jr. got me. Oh, you're taking off your shirt? Oh, we get it. You're jacked.
Nice.
Dan Orlovsky. We're still on TV, Dan.
Still on you?
No, you're not. I'm watching it right there.
Well, okay, you need to know that people are watching this right now. You need to know people are still watching.
Not on ESPN, now.
Oh, so you said tops off for Kreischer.
Yep.
That's what you said?
Can he do 40 push-ups like he can?
No chance.
Remember that?
How many push-ups?
I can do 40 straight push-ups.
You weigh 115 pounds. It would be lifting the bar. Oh, it was Connecticut.
Wow. Ruined a UConn Huskies basketball shirt.
Wow. Spit on.
I wouldn't say ruined.
Show the front of it.
You say ruined?
Show the front of it.
Ruined. Not ruined.
Yeah. This is like a workout shirt.
Yeah, ruined.
The Huskies.
Ruined.
He's got plenty of
Send that to D-Butts. It's a perfect shirt for him.
Then add the Dolphins on there.
Yeah.
Chargers. And Chargers.
F1.
Eagles.
Max Verstappen.
And Lando.
D-But's got a question for you, though, Orlovsky.
Yeah, these quarterbacks, obviously, you're talking about the mental aspect of the game, and we know they're all talented. Tua, obviously, going into, I think, 3rd year now with Mike McDaniels, and Lamar's 2nd year with Todd. But physically, they're making some big changes, losing some weight, both of them. How do you feel about those quarterbacks going into the season with those big physical changes? And what's your expectations for both of those guys going forward?
Yeah, I think with Tua, it'll be interesting to see if they get the contract done before the season. I remember last year there was a conversation around Tua because he added the weight, and it was a little bit in regards to trying to become as durable as possible coming off of the concussions. And it was he hit the gym hard and tried to add some weight to absorb some of those hits. And maybe it's because it seems that maybe the jiu-jitsu or whatnot really did help, I guess, when it comes to his ability to fall and whatnot and take some of those shots. And now he wants to become a little bit because the one part of Tua's game that I think hasn't necessarily shown up or translated as much in the NFL as it did in college was Tua in college was this really sudden guy in the pocket. It was this twitchy, sudden, almost watching like a short space boxer work and move. And he hasn't necessarily been that guy in the NFL. Now it's a little bit of the comfort level, certainly attached to some of the injuries. And I want to see if maybe some of the weight that he's reportedly dropped this offseason brings a little bit of that element to his game back. Because if you can just get a little bit more movement-centric, if you're Tua in that offense, it expands, what defenses are willing to try and take away or stop. Because, D-But, you know this, AJ, you know this. If you can move just a little bit, it changes the way that defenders, got to have to play against you. And so I'll be interested if some of that weight loss impacts that.
Cameron Wolf of NFL Network said in a further follow-up interview after he put out a tweet on, I believe, was it Total Access? That show's done. NFL Total Access is done.
The Insiders is back.
They moved it.
The Insiders
Another one
prime
back.
time?
Yeah,
they are back.
We learned who top billing is. Tom Pelissero is the
He's the star of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's the guy.
I didn't know that. Well, anyway, Cameron Wolf explained that the injuries with Tua, it wasn't about the size of Tua. It was about his landing. So the jiu-jitsu schooling and teaching did help him. They all agreed that. Yeah. So now he can lose the weight. It's not about how big you are. It's about how you fall was kind of the method. So him getting smaller, we love that. Lamar Jackson getting smaller. To D-Butt's point, we talked about this earlier. Lamar has an ability to miss people, not take like a huge hit. So that's why everybody's like, Lamar, you can't play like that. All you need is one hit from one of these guys. They were saying the first couple of years. And then Lamar has this ability to not take a massive shot. Like that's kind of a skill. So if he's lighter, faster, and still has the ability to miss people, feels like this is a good move for Lamar Jackson as well, especially if you have a guy like Derrick Henry and Patrick Ricard in the backfield alongside of you. I mean, this feels like a smart play. I like this for Lamar. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. We had Baltimore week 18 last year and got to sit with Lamar, and you definitely saw that he looked 15 pounds just thicker than maybe you were used to. Him faster blows my mind, and him shiftier and quicker blows my mind. The Ravens are really interesting, though, because I know everyone probably is undervaluing or underselling the Odell to Miami and no longer in Baltimore. But Odell was a relative solid piece for them when it came to winning one-on-ones and possessions. And, you know, for Lamar, I have very little doubt that Lamar is going to play at an incredibly high level. But it will be, like, they got to bank on Zay Flowers taking the next step. They really do. And they got to bank on Bateman staying healthy. When Bateman's on the field, he's a good player. He's just got to really stay healthy and likely taking, like, that next step because, again, I know Odell isn't maybe what Odell used to be, but him not being there just for like that possession element or, hey, it's one-on-one, try to go win. I am going to be interested to see how that pass game takes the next step this year. I know the addition of Derrick Henry matters, but I want to see how that pass game takes the next step without that. Because, like, D-But, you know this too. Like, Zay is not your like possession guy on 3rd and 7, work the middle of the field off leverage, body guy. Neither is Bateman. You know, Zay's get touches, vertical stretch. Bateman's a little bit of like win now type of guy. So I'll see how that grows.
It's gonna be in the bind with those with that 12 personnel set. Andrews stays healthy. Obviously, Likely, who came along, had a great year. So you got to put big bodies on the field to try to take care of Derrick Henry, and then one of these guys got to cover those tight ends. But I love Zay. I think Zay, you know, obviously can do everything.
No doubt.
To your point, he is one of those big body guy who's kind of always open. Wherever you throw the ball, he can kind of generate that space. So I'm interested to see how that offense evolves.
How about Isaiah Likely?
Oh, yeah.
And Mark Andrews, you're talking about they need like a position. They got him. They got a couple of them. And then the addition, did you see Derrick Henry coming out?
He's so large.
How's that happen? How's he end up in Baltimore?
He looks great in purple, too.
He does. He looks fantastic. He looks like it's like the perfect home for him. I know he has, you know, legendary career at the Tennessee Titans and took them very deep into the playoffs. And he was a guy. He just is like a perfect Raven, it feels like.
I mean, that's Roquan next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
AJ, did you ever tackle him?
No, I do not believe so. I think I got out before he got in, but I mean, good luck. I don't think I would have been able to.
What? He's Cam Newton size, right?
He looks like Cam. Like, he reminds me of Cam, like body size.
Bigger than Cam.
Well, like stock
thicker.
I don't know.
Maybe
close.
We saw that video.
Cam is
gigantic. We saw him throw those two dudes at his camp. I'd say they're about the same.
Cam was eye to eye with me when I was standing on a stage, and he was down on the ground. I'm like, Jesus, fuck.
He's so big.
Big, fast, strong. So like every single thing. And it's like Derrick Henry becoming a Raven. He's got Ricard leading the way for him. Right?
Yeah. They really gave the AFC title game away more so than, credit can't say he made some plays. But
it was punched away. It was punched, just like Usyk did Tyson Fury.
That's right.
It was punched away right there at the end. I can't wait to see them do their thing, especially Lamar Jackson. Now, there's a quarterback, whenever you talked about playing high level, that I don't think you think he has played there yet. And it might be agreed upon by all parties. Tone has a question for you. Dan, he's no longer wearing a cowboy hat. It's a new Tone.
Well, just today. Dano.
Maybe.
I saw the reaction to your Trevor Lawrence talk yesterday on the internet last night. And for some reason, I think Jaguars fans think he's a top 8 quarterback potentially. I don't even know if he's a top 15, 16 maybe, but they're talking about giving him a $50 million a year extension because that's a going price for quarterbacks. Do you think he gets that? And, like, if not, he's not going to take less than 50, so what do they do?
Yeah. So a couple things. I do think that when we talk about quarterbacks in the NFL, I very much so believe we have to stop the top 5 conversation because we leave guys out that are unquestionably top 5 players. We just have too many good ones. So, like, I really believe that when we talk about these quarterbacks, it's got to be that top 8. If you're a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, like you're flat out in a elite, your team wins because of you type of guy, at least top 8. In regards to Trevor, listen, I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be everything that he kind of was built to be as the number 1 pick. There's a couple of things. Number 1, he has not become that, oh my gosh, we're winning these games because of him guy yet. Do I think he's got the ability to get there? Absolutely. Obviously, there's a ton of pressure this year. I do not think that no question about it, we're paying this guy $50 million right now, unless you in the building are unequivocally convinced that he is going to become that guy. Because there's been moments, and last year it certainly trended that way coming off to that playoff comeback 2 years ago, but then the injuries to Kirk, and he never got on the same page consistently with Calvin Ridley, and then he had the injury himself. I love Trevor. I think he's a superstar talent. I saw D-Butt on social. He's probably going to get it, yes, just because the nature of the business. Mm-hmm. If I was Trevor Lawrence and they were offering me 40 or 45, would I run to sign it? No, I would not, because to D-Butt's point, it's just the nature of the business.
He's getting in Florida.
I don't know. There's no way that we could sit here and say this guy is Trevor Lawrence has, deserved, or his play has earned, however one of you phrase it, the same as Joe Burrow or the same as Josh Allen or the same as Patrick or some of those guys that are even Kirk. Like someone responded back to me yesterday, he's a top 8 quarterback. There's 8 right now that just came to the top of my head that are better, and like it doesn't mean he's not going to get there.
Do it.
Better. Joe Burrow, Patrick, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Stafford,
Drake May,
Jordan Love,
Kirk Cousins, CJ Stroud. I'm going by divisions now. Brock Purdy.
Anthony Richardson, that's 8.
Not yet.
Jordan Love.
I'm going by division.
Dak.
Jordan Love.
Jared
Goff.
That's 9.
Dak
we did that
Prescott.
European on the second one, first.
Jalen Hurts.
Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts.
Whoa. Tua.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Jalen.
Philly
Tua,
guy.
Herbert. Like there's these. That's good, kind of the point of. There's way more than top 5 quarterbacks. There's way more.
Yeah, let's go back
and
to
also,
Jalen.
let's
go back to Jalen. Where's he? Top 16, 17? How far do we need
20?
to? 30?
No, I mean, I think Jalen coming off of the Super Bowl year, you were convinced like, hey, he's top 5 just because of the way that he played. Last year, he did not have that same season. They didn't run him as much or as effectively and whatnot. So, like,
Shane Steichen.
That too.
Yeah, Steichen's brilliant. So, like, yeah, it's fair to say we want to see what Jalen gets back to under Kellen Moore. That's fair to say.
Yeah. How's Tua going to do? He's going to do great. You put him up there. Who else? He put,
there's
Love
12
going up there.
Dak in the Cowboys.
Dak Prescott going up there. We think
Sam Cousins.
Did you hear Tom Brady, what he said about Dak?
Oh, when he was like, see if he could finally get it done or whatever.
Yeah. And it's, did that slip out? The personality.
Yeah, it wasn't playing.
He's going to crush those games.
That was good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think he'll do well.
Do you?
Breaks my heart for Greg, but.
Are you calling any games this year? You doing college ball? Monday Night Football?
I don't know yet. We've got 4 or 5 the Monday night doubleheaders.
I do know.
And then, I did the international Frankfurt game for NFL Network last year. They've got a couple of them, so I don't know if I'll get into any of them.
Oh man,
yeah,
I'd like to get a college football playoff game.
They're going to stiff him with the poop bowl.
Yep.
What happened?
No.
Carolina and the Giants.
Yeah. You're going. Germany. Yeah, you're definitely going there. Germany.
Have fun, Dan.
Hey, I've been told by numerous people that game could be good. That game could be good.
Oh, is that right?
Could be.
It will.
Carolina Panthers,
Right,
New York Giants. Absolutely. Could figure it out. And Alice down there?
They're saying that about Pat's Colts.
I've heard
last year,
Munich
too,
sick,
in the
though,
offseason.
so.
Munich is sick. I mean, the German fans are very, very much in love with the sport. And
it's also, dude, like, you get the opportunity to call an NFL game that is standalone. Like, that's awesome.
All eyes on me. Is that what you said?
Look at me. Yeah, don't fart. Tupac or
I mean, for me to be able to call those, like, I shouldn't be able to call those.
Dan, we think you should, but we think you're good.
Come on, Dan.
I think you're good in the booth, Dan.
Great on there.
No, Chase Dan.
Well, thank you, but there's still, that's at least my perspective of it. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what the fall brings.
All right, we appreciate you joining us. Are you doing off season stuff? Like, is NFL Live still going, or because remember he does regular season all day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then he just disappears for months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, but he still puts out his
I worked yesterday.
cryptic tweets.
Yeah, I saw him yesterday.
You were on TV yesterday. What was that all
Sleeves
about?
on.
That's weird. You all right?
I'm great.
Those couple weeks too. Those cryptic tweet season Orlovsky's always fun.
Oh,
He shouting out this morning.
I almost sent one out too. For Dan Orlovsky.
Of course, why not? I might start doing that.
Yeah, for Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
How many days away from NFL football?
107 days. We are very, very close.
Oh, it's almost
999 days till the Super Bowl is on ESPN.
all right.
We're not counting that way.
I like that. That's a big deal. Are you going to be a part of the coverage?
I mean, that's 999 days away, so I have no idea. I hope so.
I think you would know by now.
Yeah.
That's not good.
4 years.
So long.
Send a couple tweets.
3 years away.
All right, Dan, we appreciate you, buddy. We miss you over here. We need you to stop by more. We didn't know you were working.
Dude, I am available every day. I'm just hanging out. Playing with the kids. Not playing enough golf. I had a lacrosse game last night. Yeah, playoffs start next week. That's it.
Last seed again.
What position you play?
Oh, I'm not playing.
Oh, I thought you said you got a game.
Men's league.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were.
I'm a coach.
You're a coach. Do you know the rules of the game and everything? You get strategy pretty good?
I don't get the strategy, but I know the rules relatively decently now. I'm still trying. My daughter plays soccer. I don't get offsides in soccer. I never will. It makes no sense to me. Like,
It's easy.
I don't get it, guys.
What do you mean?
It's not easy.
It is.
The last person on the offensive team can't be in front of the ball behind the last defender.
Second to last defender, counting the goalie.
Let me
But
cherry pick.
nonetheless, dude, yeah, it's like do you know the hockey offsides? Do you understand the hockey offsides?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
I've
so
never
it
seen a
might be
hockey
a you
game.
problem then. Might just be a you
Thought this
problem.
guy just want to play sports.
Yeah, that's all I want. I want to shop. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right, that was a couple weeks ago.
Shopping's the worst, dude.
Dude, everybody. It was so relatable.
Did you get anything?
I was watching that video. I was like, this is so relatable. Did you end up shopping for and buying anything?
No, I didn't buy anything. No, I didn't buy anything. I hate buying stuff. I hate spending money.
I just want to play sports.
Yep.
Respect.
I do hate shopping, though.
The worst.
I was watching that video and I was listening. I'm like, preaching to the choir, dude.
Outside.
You try, right? Like, you try to do it, like, because you understand, okay, I'll go with you, and then you're like, this sucks.
It is interesting. Need more TVs and more stores.
That's a good idea. And seats.
More seats, more TVs. Like if everywhere was Dick's House of Sport.
Amen.
Where I could go climb a rock wall. Maybe take some hacks in the cage.
That's right.
Maybe go putt some long ones. Oh, this is what Shoffley had to make to win the PGA. That's shopping. You just take me to one of those stores with no TVs, no seats, and no.
Good idea.
What's that?
It's a little business right there. A little business. Can you find a way to, like, get a virtual shopping place while also Dick's House of Sporting Goods or something?
Yeah, it's like staying at home and going on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
No, because unless at home you have a batting cage and a putting green and a basketball hoop.
Which you do.
I learned some of these kids are living real sweet on the internet.
Oh.
Just like random kids will have like this crazy basketball trick shot. It's like 30 guys bouncing around their mega mansion in their backyard, going through the pool in their racetrack, looking like Macintosh from Blank Check.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, these kids.
How old? How old are these kids?
Like high school kids. Think about how you got to be the most unrelatable human being of all time.
We went to a friend's house the other night, and these people are relatively normal humans. They are. I will vouch for them in that regard. Their backyard has field hockey, basketball, tennis court, mini wiffle ball stadium. stadium. I'm talking
normal
fence,
relatively
scoreboard,
normal.
They act.
but they don't come across like
they have a wiffle ball stadium.
Elitists.
Okay, got it.
Sure. Definitely believable.
I'm excited for the kids to see if they can remain humble. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That would be tough.
Yep.
That's going to be tough. I hope they. Good luck out there.
Look out there.
Great time.
A lot of closed doors in that life.
Good luck. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a lot of them. All right, Dano, this ball goes in. How much money are you giving away from that guy that has, and lady that has the wiffle ball stadium in the backyard?
You're shooting a shot. I'll donate $1,000 to the charity of Boston Connor's Choice.
Holy shit. Bill Belichick Foundation.
Money.
Oh, bonus ball.
That look good.
That is a bonus ball. Let's go.
Did he say the Bill Belichick Foundation?
Damn right I did. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Lava.
Uh-oh. You can't use your hands.
Someone get the bandages. Mick, get the bandages.
You can't use your hands now.
It was a fucking tucked-in shirt. Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it?
You don't.
Hey,
look like
lesser
Evan, by the
athlete
way.
goes down. Lesser athlete goes down.
Fuck this. That bullshit, man. We should have raised money right there. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
What are you doing, dude? This shirt can't be on.
No W ball over?
Hey, can I get D-Butt to take a shot?
Oh!
This thing!
Shoulder. I'm on short-term IR right now on shoulder.
Yeah, I hurt his shoulder yesterday.
Must be all that golf you're playing.
You played golf yesterday.
Actually, golf.
It's not meant to be. Dan's not supposed to give away money for a good cause. That's what the universe is saying. You watch any WNBA games, Dan?
No, I've seen the highlights, but not any games, no.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky. Great appearance by Dan.
Part of the problem.
He is part of the problem.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at Dan because a lot of his UConn friends have played in the WNBA for a long time.
Yeah, like
He's
you
probably
guys
with
actually.
Taurasi.
You guys were the machine.
Yeah, he was
Just-
probably there. Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't friends. He was just a social butterfly using her, you know. Hey, look at me. I'm with Diana
Look at
Taurasi.
me,
Look,
look at
hey,
me.
look, Diana's here, but so am I.
Dan Orlovsky.
Hanging out with
Remember?
a
Hey, Dan was a
standalone
dog
athlete.
at UConn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He put football on the map. There.
D-Bud said he actually went to UConn because of Dan Orlovsky.
It's part of the reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Got us to the Big East.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm usually I would be a prick here, but I am being serious. He actually said that.
Hey, yeah, baby, Dan. People forget that whenever he's sparking
forget
and
that.
doing stuff.
Bingo.
Pride of show.
Dan.
Cover of Sports Illustrated.
Dan Orlovsky.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Call him back. Call him back. How come he never reminds people of that stuff?
he
Whenever they
needs
got
to.
Jared Allen chasing him around the fucking end
He,
zone.
he reminds you they need to. When we went out there Pro Bowl, all right, let me see what these guys are doing.
Oh, yeah.
High
He
score.
did.
And he was like, "Oh, I feel so bad for putting that out after." Oh.
They were talking about how easy I made it look and how bad every other.
Remember when NFL Twitter put out his highlights and he threw some darts, mainly all to Calvin Johnson, but there was some in there.
Dan Orlovsky's back joining us. Dan, how come you don't remind people about how good you were at one point playing quarterback in the NFL more often, or quarterback in your football existence more often?
I don't know if that's a facetious question or not, but I'll answer it honestly.
I don't need Terrence
I
Howard.
don't know. Like I was really aware of what I was as a player in the NFL. Like for the more often than not, I was a backup. I thought when I played good, not great and not terrible. I was really good in college, and I was really good in high school. But like that's 25 years ago. So
Connor just said that Darius once said that one of the reasons why he went to UConn is because Dan Orlovsky was quarterback. Put the team on the map, brought him in a big
Cover of SI.
How about Sports Illustrated? I didn't know any of
That's
that.
for shoot, brother. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
and I appreciate D-Butt saying that, man. But D-Butt was he was going to go whatever school was going to give him the opportunity. He was going to make it to the league anyway. He was so talented.
All right.
So, like,
That's good. That's good. I'm happy.
Here we
to
go.
know.
Suck
That's nice.
It's very nice.
Hey, why don't you watch the W, though? I was surprised by that.
Because
Yeah,
you're
why?
at UConn.
I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, this is just me being dead serious. We're not home ever. On Monday nights, I get home at 8:30, Tuesday 8:30, Wednesday 8:30, Thursday 8:30, Saturday from like 8 to 6. We're on field. Sunday, like we're never home because it's spring sports with our kiddos. So
yeah, it's tough to watch. But
and honestly, we've just been watching the NBA. We've been pretty into the NBA playoffs.
Just say it. You don't like the W.
No, I got a daughter who's an athlete, and I'm actually going to war with some stuff for girls sports that I gotta, make right some wrongs that I got to make some rights. So.
Hell yeah, we love to hear that. I'm
talking
potentially
about.
doing something similar probably throughout the existence of my baby girl as well.
Boy, Dan.
And good luck out there, Dan. We're pulling for, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
Bad boy, Dan.
Fight the fight.
He turned me at the end there. I'm an Orlovsky guy again.
Money.
Oh, that's a bonus.
I was around Dan in college. I think I told you guys before at the Walter Camp like weekend thing they had when Dan was in his prime. Yeah, it was in Connecticut as well. So like Dan was absolutely the guy, and there's players from all over the country there.
That was the All-American team, right?
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Yeah, it was.
You went to the Playboy team as well, I assume?
Yeah, not the mansion, but yeah, the thing.
That Playboy All-American thing came and went.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either.
Yeah, it was a pretty big
That
deal.
was fun. I don't know if they do that. I don't know how they do it now, but that was fun back then as well.
That was a pretty big deal there for a bit.
Interesting. Mangold doing belly flops into the pool.
I was bummed.
Zip lines.
I had quite a year, and I was like,
I won't be a Playboy All-American.
Let's go.
they're going to have me out there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there was guys that had much better years than me, I guess. But it was like, I remember that was talked about. That was very much, just like that Walter Camp thing, that was a big deal if you win it. And then all those college football awards mattered then. Now they got Zoom calls where people are freezing. It's like, these awards matter. Like we should.
Yeah, it should be a good show.
Yeah, but
Build
also
it up
we
a
should let people know, like, people are going to talk about winning that shit forever, you know? Like, obviously guys might have Hall of Fame careers, and they'll talk about their Hall of Fame careers. But, like, what they do in college ball, like, Dan was on fucking Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
Can't even talk about it because Jared Allen chased him out of the back.
No.
Can't even talk about it.
Nope.
That's a big title. Sports Illustrated's back.
Yeah.
We thought it was dead, remember?
Yeah, it turns out.
AI was running
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated. I think that was all a ploy to potentially get sold to a new company so that maybe they could get rid of some people that they potentially had hired. And now they've like almost relaunched. Some of the people have stuck around. They have a much bigger presence now than I've seen over the last 10 years. Post, I thought they were dead. Have you not seen this?
I was just going to say, for people who grew up like around
Social.
us, like it's always going to be dead for me because like that was a big deal when Sports Illustrated came in the mail. Like it really was. Like you used to look forward to seeing
That
like
and East
who
Bay.
was on the cover. Yeah, East Bay, ESPN, the magazine. Like once it died with that, like yeah, like they're on X and stuff like that, and it's good that they're not closing completely. But like once they stopped sending the magazines out, like for me, that was like okay, Sports Illustrated's dead.
So Sports Illustrated, I forget what news. They've had some news. Like so,
Do they write pieces or do they report news? Like, do they have people writing pieces or how's it work?
yeah, just like topical bullshit in sports pretty
Yeah.
much throughout the day. And I thought they were dead though.
And I think Albert Breer, the MMQB, is like an arm of Sports
And I think Jimmy
Illustrated.
Train's still over there.
Chief content guy or something. Albert Breer's like head of content or something.
Yeah, and Jimmy Train is still there, who does incredible work. It's like there's still some people that we've heard of that are there, but I think the big cry that Sports Illustrated was dead by a lot of people that we didn't really potentially know, and I assume they're going to be great or whatever. But the news that I got from Sports Illustrated was ex-NBA referee saying Chris Paul is the biggest asshole on earth.
Right.
Yeah, that was that side.
That came from Sports Illustrated.
Yep.
So that was wild to know. Did you learn that at the same time as me? I did not know that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where that was from, but yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, so I guess an ex-referee was talked about how an image cultivator is what Chris Paul is, but other than that, he's the biggest asshole in the league.
Yeah, there it is. Great name, Bill Spooner.
Yeah, Bill Spooner.
Oh,
he was NBA ref for 32 years. This guy's the former Tony Peters. This guy's been around a long time.
The spoon.
That's interesting because they do have a lot of
Taking a shot. You're really taking a shot at Chris Paul. How's Chris going to respond?
Yeah, well, Bill Spooner hates Chris Paul, it appears. So we will certainly listen for CP's response to that entire thing. I think it's the first time I've really heard that openly said by somebody affiliated with the NBA, because Chris Paul, I think, is like one of the leaders of the union. And
He was the president for a while.
he was a big part of the whole bubble thing. You know, it's seemingly a big figure in the NBA. So to hear somebody that's been around 32 years go, this guy sucks.
Yeah, he must really hate his guts.
That's why there's that.
And then there's that Scott Foster story where Scott Foster was talking about like, hey, I know like who I am and how people, you know, view me as a face, but like I don't want to be known. Like obviously my feud with Chris Paul has been in the media and stuff. Like I don't see it that way, but the depiction of me in that situation has been, hey, Scott Foster is a piece of shit. Now he's a referee. I'm not saying that, but
that is
the
how
depiction,
people have viewed it.
Yeah, that is how people have
That's
viewed it
not
for,
us.
for so long. Yeah, that is how people have referred to Scott Foster. And he again, he's probably been an NBA referee for 20, 30 years too.
And Chris Paul's good in those commercials.
Great.
How about when he's
Him and Cliff Paul.
him and his brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking
Escalators
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah.
What, AJ? What was the yell about? You sound like me talking about the
No, he
Miz
is
maybe
good.
being a good rapper alongside R-Truth every single Monday.
God, Mike.
What?
The Miz is the man, by the way. The Miz, he has it figured out. He has.
Not the song.
I don't know if he has it figured out.
Well,
But
the Miz is Miz. He is very authentic, and that's like I love how just everything about.
Did you tell us he did figure something out?
Yeah,
recently?
that's what he's figured golf out.
Oh, you got that 6 iron straight?
Love Miz.
Took a $600 lesson and one figured it all out.
Yeah, with Tiger
As long as I have my grip strong and then I'm under here, I'm just.
He really believes that stuff. He really believes it.
$600 he spent. Yeah, he's like that.
He shot like 130 every day, didn't he?
No, well,
Yeah,
I think
way
maybe
more.
higher. They actually cut him off. They made him pick up his ball because you can't score any higher in that particular scoring.
He never answers.
Lesson
that
Blocky
on the range right
He
now?
might be on the course right now.
Oh, Blocky.
No, Blocky's charging like $25 a pop, so it wouldn't be him.
No, not with those national commercials.
No chance. You're right.
Yeah, yesterday's price is no longer today's price, says Blocky.
Yeah.
This one goes in. Blocky's winning it all.
Boom.
Come on, Blocky! Oh, I thought it was in.
You put $100 on him, you win $100,000.
See you there.
Something to think about.
See you guys at the bank.
Come on, Blocky!
Parlay that with the Pacers.
Boom.
Oh,
don't do that.
What's your problem?
Good bet.
If you
I
parlay
think
that with the Pacers, the sportsbooks don't have enough money.
Pacers can win, man.
You're better off just wiping your ass with a couple $100 bills if you really, you know.
Pacers tonight, though, maybe, but not.
I'm talking
All the
about
pressure's on the
part
Celtics, though.
Pacers
We know
may
that.
win, but
You wipe your ass with dude lights.
for sure.
True. Amen. Every time.
Which feel like
one of them.
If
$1 million bill
yeah,
on your butt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to dude lights.
Love you,
Shout out to
dude.
Dude
Lights.
glad you took over the words for that.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna sell it. There's some stuff going on about Joe Burrow on the internet. People are getting duped.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
It's not about his wrists.
No.
It's about his sweet hair.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Photos put out into the universe of Joe Burrow with a sick head of hair.
Awesome. A perm?
I think it's old school, yeah. I think it's old school. Could go off a motorcycle or maybe a serial killing binge.
Uh-huh.
You know, one or the other.
Also possible.
Could look sweet. Could be a lot of different jobs and professions. But one thing we know is if that was Joey B's hair, he'd probably win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's maybe where he's headed, but that's not actually his hair.
No.
Which I'm kind of bummed out about.
Yeah,
His hair does look cool. Let's not get crazy, but not nearly as cool as the Photoshops. Now everybody's dicking around with the Photoshop. You can see him with some Guy Fieri, Eminem hair if you want right now on the internet. You can see him with a bald head on the internet right now. You can see him with a cowboy hat on, which you can't wear obviously on the field. But the one big conversation is how's that wrist going to be? AJ, I'm legitimately in. You know, I saw Dr. David Chow quote tweeted one of our things about it all and said with how quickly he got the surgery. As opposed to waiting a season like most defensive guys or physical guys, they wait until the end of the year to get the surgery. With how quickly he got the surgery, that is going to amplify and expedite the recovery because of the blood flow or lack of blood flow to it. He predicted, I believe in a tweet, it'll be vastly different than everybody else. He will be good, is what Dr. David Chow has said. Now, if you're a Bengals fan, are you just, yep, absolutely? Because you have to, right? I feel like Joey B's back, look better than ever.
Because we know like the history of Joe Burrow and how tough he is. And I know like D-Bud had the surgery. I had the surgery. I don't know how different Joe's was than what I had. But yeah, it's more like, hey, range of motion. Can you move this thing? Can you bend it? And Joe isn't going to be getting hit every day. Also, like I had to go hit people in practice as well. So I'd wear a cast every day. And even after the surgery years later, you can definitely re-aggravate it and it doesn't feel great, but Joe's not going to be hitting every single day. Now, every once in a while, he might take a weird shot in a game, but yeah, he'll figure it out.
You mentioned the blood flow to get to the point. I think Dr. David Chow basically said, yes, you're exactly right, but we fixed that. They fixed that very quickly. No worries at all with Joey B, except for what's his hair going to be?
No worries. It'll be good. Don't see him heavily taped when we see him, so that's good. And like Dr. Chow, getting that surgery soon as opposed to playing on it for months and create more damage. I'm sure that'll help.
Yeah, bigger conversation at Cincinnati Bengals is T. Higgins isn't there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're at the time of year where guys aren't showing up to organize team activities. Are they mad?
Yikes.
T. Higgins not there.
It's not the only one either.
Now, he is not technically being fined for missing these days because he's not technically signed, you see, because it's a franchise tag that he's not signed, so he can opt out. There's other guys that are around the league that are potentially setting themselves up to be fined that aren't showing up. It's like, wait a second, is there some unhappy campers showing up to organized team camp already in the NFL? We'll cover it all, won't we?
Oh, yeah.
Won't we, AJ? We will talk about who's
Yeah,
pissed and who deserves all the money. That's off-season football, AJ.
That's what it is. We know if somebody sits out of any OTAs, then they hate the coach, they hate the organization, and the organization hates them as well.
And wait a second, they go on their phone and they edit a profile header, and then they take some photos out,
archive them,
and they unfollow some people.
They like a few. You like a few things too.
It's off-season football.
Drama everywhere.
Yeah, conference finals time as well for the NBA and the NHL. We're incredibly lucky to be covering it every single day. AJ, you haven't said anything about the Concave Soccer Club's new kits.
First off, I love it. I think it looks great. I think Austin was out of line calling you Ellen DeGeneres. I never got
NASCAR
that vibe.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah. I never got that vibe one time, even after he said it. I don't understand where he's getting that from, but I do love that. Looks good.
I saw me. I took a glimpse at me as he said that, and I said,
Is it the belt? Is it tuck in with a white belt? Is that what it's
I think
Ellen
it's potentially the way I operate, the way I act, the way I look, and with dude wipes right across my windshield. You know, it is incredibly inconvenient, but boy, I do love dude wipes. The back of the thing. The good news is about this particular kit. I think they're going to be available for sale.
Let's go.
They feel good. We got the airy back. The airy back.
That's smart. Gotta have it.
What kind of shorts you guys wear?
They're going to be short. They're going to be short ones.
Oh, I thought you said you were in those.
I was thinking about wearing jeans, but as I went to the bathroom, tucked in, I thought as I went to the bathroom, got a little chafage in the thighs.
Okay.
You can't have it.
They don't breathe very well either.
Well, down in North Carolina, we were there last night. Humidity's not a problem, just 175%.
That's all.
Okay.
Good news is I'm getting word out of Concave SC training camp last week down in South Florida.
Yeah.
Boys are buzzing.
Let's go.
So it's going on. Like the camp happened already?
Camp happened already, yeah. I've seen footage. I've seen the film. Obviously, we're breaking it all down. I support the boys 1,000%. What I also know is you're only going to need about 2 to 3 minutes of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it.
We're in for a good
They look
time, not
good?
a long time. Boys are in great shape. Boys are in great shape.
Foss. How's Foss doing? I see him recovering every single night. Doing all kinds of stuff.
Foss has become more of an executive, I think, for the team.
What?
No, he's got to play. He has to play.
He's definitely going to play, yeah. But I'm saying I think the role he took down at training camp was a lot of like, hey, maybe we start doing
Team organized.
overseeing stuff.
Like a Roy Kent.
He's doing great. And Foss is a great soccer player. Like, Foss is going to do something
professional.
fantastic.
He's a professional soccer player.
Bingo. But he and I both, and I think any person of a certain age and over at this particular tournament has a real good opportunity. We're going to walk out of there with something severely damaged. Severely.
I mean, you got 2 games the first day, right? Spaced out big time.
Yes. Not yet.
Are you more worried about
Please do
ripping a
not.
hammy?
I understand what the shorts are. They are amazing. We will debut those at a different time. Now is not the time. I'm worried hammy, every ligament in your knee, even the one that starts with an A.
Groin.
Yeah, the groin, the hip flexor.
Oh.
I mean, this one is going to be tough.
The popliteus.
In the back.
Yeah. Don't let that. Don't re-aggravate that.
Soleus.
IT band.
Soleus already right above the Achilles. Once that, the IT band, mine's been tight since I'm 4 years old. You're like, you walk with your feet out. You should turn your feet in, but you can't because your IT band's so tight. Well, how do I loosen it? Well, you got to get this metal rod and jam it in there every single night. That'll loosen it right up. It's like, okay, well, it looks like I have tight IT bands for the rest of my life. And here we are, 37 years old, going into a fucking soccer tournament with 37 years worth of tight IT bands. Yeah, I'm in trouble, but the boys are buzzing. So if I'm on a wheelchair because I pooped my pants like Paul Pierce or tore every muscle in my body, I'm going to be right alongside of the ride for the Concave.
Go, boys.
Hell yeah.
You're going to leave it all out there, right? You're going to leave it all out there on the field.
I don't think so, actually. I thought about that as well.
Leave what you have.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to be
You don't have to run, man. Cherry pick in the short field. Sit there, cherry pick, and score goals.
Yeah, but what if, who I was supposed to be guarding ends up scoring
Yeah, he's
against
kind
the
of
boys?
said
You play zone.
times.
We're playing zone.
That's why
We're
there's a
playing
goalie.
zone.
They're very good teams, though. So if you're one man down, I assume some of these teams can take
we got
advantage.
dogs at the back. I love our draw.
We got size.
I love our draw.
Specialist.
Coach Gumpy obviously understands. We will debut full roster sometime in the next week or whatever.
Okay.
And it's like we got real guys. A lot of guys, I'll be meeting them for the first time down there.
Sure.
How you doing?
But I'm honored to have them on the team.
Amen. I need a Foss 38 jersey. Bad.
Is that his number?
I just assume.
I think it's
68.
Come on. Foss got more swag than
74.
25.
25.
Good number.
Okay.
Is that true?
Saw Chad working last night, obviously. Puts a penalty lower left.
That's getting stopped.
Hits that thing like a kickoff,
like
lands
that
on his
feel.
kicking foot. That was phenomenal. Chad's got smooth. You know, JJ proved he's got touch this weekend with the video that TJ Watt posted. The guy's got real.
Yes, he
Great
does.
touch,
He
right?
can
Great
really
touch.
strike that thing.
Was he trying to have touch on that shot or no?
He was just
I
on a
wasn't
breakaway.
sure.
He broke somebody. He obviously broke somebody's ankle. That's gonna be so fun whenever we play them, for him to be running full speed, and either me or somebody on any team just getting in between him and that touch and just turning our back and then just getting absolutely run over.
Yeah.
And then Jay, what?
I can't do that.
What? And then yellow.
Yeah.
This guy's
yeah.
all right. Here we go. JJ Watt soccer is gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to watch. He can kick it. He can actually move it.
Too big. He's too big to be on that field with everybody.
Shouldn't be out there much, yeah.
He's going to kill somebody.
He and I don't know, the way he was talking about it weeks ago versus I think as we're getting closer and closer. In me, same way, by the way. We're both realizing.
Wait, are you gaining confidence?
Me?
Is that what you're saying?
In my team
Both
or
of
me?
you. Both of you. You and JJ.
I more confidence than ever in the team after the film that I watched, and they've been watching film. So, like,
Fantastic.
my team is fully invested.
Great news.
Yes, they've been watching film and, like, I am very confident. With that being said, with that type of commitment that we've got from Concave SC, it's like all you need me for then is just a couple songs and dances.
Yeah, you don't have as big of a cross to bear now.
At all. Not that I ever did, but, like, certainly don't now. It's like, all right, I go out there. All right, I go off.
Oh, free kicks?
Yeah.
Okay, some guy that probably doesn't speak English, just want a golden boot and things. I'm subbing in for him, tagging him, go work there. That guy's going to go run 27 miles an hour.
Stay ready.
For 4 minutes straight, and he's going to be all over the place. And
What are the scores? Sorry, what are the scores usually? Are they high-scoring games, I would assume, on that small field?
Some high, some low. I mean, I think like the championship was 3 or 4, I think, was the game winner.
Oh, that's okay. I want to see 15 to 14. I want to see some of that.
So do we. As we were kicking at the net that we have outside, and we realized that that's double the size of the net, that the 7 on, we thought to ourselves, that's dumb. The 7-on-7 net should be bigger than a normal
gigantic.
net. Yeah. If you're going to have a goalie back there, we want more, like soccer, we can fix it all here. You can have success.
You need action.
Yeah, well, it's not just action, it's success. I think if you success draws like emotion that is a feel good. You know, in soccer, I know that there's a different form of success. You know, ball possession, kind of handling it, keeping the other team out, doing this entire thing. But the reason I think why people enjoy sports that have a lot of success is because it makes you feel good naturally. Like, yeah. There's a lot of moments to vibe. So for this 7-on-7 thing, shorter field, you got good players. You make that net a little bit. All of a sudden, we got live action.
Yeah.
And this is our first time. Once again, we watched one WNBA game. We wanted a ref fired, a tone over there, wanted a coach fired. And this is our first time ever experiencing TST. Might be perfect after we go through it all. But, yeah, we're taking on the Reggae Rovers first. I think that's a Jamaican national team.
Wow.
Yeah, that should be fun. That might be a nice wake-up call in Cary, North Carolina.
Bayern's got a team in this?
Yeah, I think there's
Iron Munchen?
There's a lot of teams in this thing.
I think guys are going to flop like normal soccer. Are guys going to flop and lay on the ground for 30 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
You're not allowed to slide, though, which is a devastating...
Can't slide tackle?
Devastating development is you can't slide.
Unless J.J. Watt has the ball, I thought.
I'm sure there will be guys that are going at both he and I's ankles pretty hard, which I always got to keep an eye out for. But once again, I'm 245 pounds. Am I quick enough to avoid somebody coming after my ankles?
Yes.
But also...
AJ, I don't know, buddy. I don't know if we're gonna
I mean, they're shifty, they're crafty, they are, but, they don't know. They haven't faced you. They haven't seen a JJ on the field.
I mean, 245, come get some.
Yeah, that's not soccer.
Good luck, pal.
Yeah, it's different sport.
Yeah, absolutely, but still, come get it, bitch.
They might take the ball, but they're going to know that they're going to know that you were there.
Okay, you're saying let's get
Make 'em feel
ejected.
it.
Okay.
No. If they want to come
Guys,
steal the
play
ball,
along.
you just stand your ground.
Yeah,
Why
hey,
do you
that's
have the ball?
concave for soccer.
Yeah.
That's concave for soccer.
Never back down.
You're going to say that
Set
on
the
the
tone
field. It's
early.
going to be awesome.
So many. That's good concave for soccer.
Yeah.
We got some big
awesome.
fucking dudes on our
There you
team
go.
Fucking right.
that have some real experience and are in great shape. Word out of training camp is everybody is in phenomenal shape.
That's huge.
Everyone's
Tip-top
American.
form.
Everyone's American too, right?
No.
Oh.
No. We got,
Said
No Canadians,
Oh,
though.
your team.
that's the team we got to
Yeah.
play against, the Reggae.
Chet
No.
Ritchie?
No Canadians?
No
Chet
Canadians.
Holmgren is not on the Reggae Rovers.
No, not.
No, sorry, Chet Hanks. is not on the Reggae Rovers.
He's
And
coaching, I think.
I was bummed out, man. I really was.
Well, it is the start of the summer, and from what he said, it's probably not his time to be a coach right now.
What do you mean?
I mean, Chet Hanks has officially declared this summer as a white boy summer yesterday.
Well, I'm happy.
I thought that was last summer.
No, that was.
I think you got certain people. It would be every summer that has ever existed.
That was a couple summers ago.
But now that Chet Hanks is speaking for us, that's great. All right, let's get out of here. He broke it down to his dad.
Yes, he did.
Broke it down.
He did.
Dad did.
What up, Maine?
One word.
What does Dad say? Hey, big Maine.
Yeah, that's just the dad trying to make
that?
sure his son's still alive.
And he did. Yeah, Chet's jacked right now.
More alive than ever. Rude boy.
More alive.
Oh.
For Chet.
Ooh. Something's about to fall.
Why don't you go with the final boss's
Look at that picture.
Yeah, dude. He's locked
I see
in
you,
right
Chet.
now.
I see you.
All right, I met one of these guys about
We laughing at you,
100
bud?
times in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Who, Bill McComas?
Thought it was Gump real quick.
Yeah.
Gee,
Gump
that could be a
Cones?
lot of people.
Yeah, that is, I mean, white.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those kind of look like Coach McComas.
Oh. For Chet. All right, let's get out of here. I can't. You show that, I can't have success. That's immediately the case. All right, we're back tomorrow. We got a good show tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Who's on tomorrow? There's we got some like electrifying stuff tomorrow.
Yes. Not. Oh no.
No.
Pavs is on, I do believe.
Pavs. There it is. Yeah, but that is.
No, we got
Or is that for
Thursday. Patrick Mahomes will be on.
Boom.
Oh yeah, breaking news. Thursday, Patrick Mahomes will be on the program.
Let's go.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Huge.
Good coffee too.
He does have some coffee that's, I think, on the way. He also had a completion at the F1 race that people said was the most athletic thing that happened at the F1.
That was crazy.
That's great. Can't wait to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
How about
Most exciting thing at the F1 race.
Certainly, as that thing was turning sideways, like, is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? And then that F1 driver caught that thing
Perfectly.
Boom.
It was a great catch.
Athlete.
Great hands. They got good hand-eye coordination.
They really do. That video of Tyreek Hill, yeah, that is very, very impressive.
That's what they're training. I think they even have like weighted wheels that they like have to hold. They're
Shit, they got to do it with their neck too.
Yeah, they're legit. They are.
Yeah, the humans inside.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're pulling G's.
What a G's. Pulling a bunch of G's, right?
Yeah. Studs. Let's not.
Don't get it twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not be crazy.
They need to reconfigure how the race runs, I think. But those guys in the car,
Yeah, we need more bumping. We need a little bit more attitude.
We need a
more
race.
rubbing.
Can we have a race? Let's just race, actually, because everything's a time trial, I feel.
More rubbing, more racing.
Hey, Max lost in Miami.
Okay.
Do we remember?
And then what
Lost.
happened?
And then he won by 0.7 seconds. I mean, come on, that's a race.
That's a decade in F1.
Yeah. Might as well be.
D-Butt, do you think you'll ever come off this F1 situation?
They've treated D-Butt very well.
Yep.
Probably not. Good time.
This dude's walking around with Rolexes.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Flexing.
You're Jay Leno, taking pictures with Jay Leno. You're right. You should
first-name
never
basis.
come off that.
It's a good time.
Agreed.
Brad
D-Butt.
Pitt.
And we do need a representative from F1 on this show
Agreed. Agreed.
so that we can say. I tried to watch it, which I will try this weekend. Big one.
Super Bowl.
Monaco. It is F1 Super Bowl happening Sunday morning on ESPN.
Yeah.
F1 Monaco. I learned about Monaco's laws from a Joe Pompliano tweet. Holy shit.
Good laws.
Saw him in
Okay.
Miami.
Huh?
Really?
Saw Joe in Miami.
Joe Pompliano's in with the F1, I assume, as he should be. That seems
Good
like a
laws.
Joe Pompliano sport. He was talking about Monaco's laws. Wow, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Great weather. Good
Like with
views.
what? What kind of different laws?
Oh, just no taxes at all.
No, none.
None.
Oh.
80% of the people that live there are millionaires?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what it was? Seems like a little bit of a tax haven, maybe, but nonetheless, sounds like a great one.
Yeah, that'll play.
They love it over there. They got yachts, and this F1 race is their Super Bowl this Sunday. Then the Indy 500 will be on shortly afterwards. You might be able to watch it depending upon where you are. Should watch it. It's a good race. And then the Coca-Cola 600.
Boom.
What a day of racing coming on Sunday. I think the pole sitter for the Indy 500 might be on the program.
Okay.
Mike?
No, might be on the program. McLaughlin.
Yeah, Mike McLaughlin.
I don't think that's his
God
first name.
damn it, Tony.
Scott. Scott McLaughlin.
Jeez.
It's a McLaughlin.
Yeah, that's racing.
That's moving.
Yeah, that's racing.
Fucking historic speed.
Why are they called pole sitter?
Because he's on top of the pole. You see the pole is the thing that has the order of everybody that's in the race.
This guy.
And he's sitting on top of the pole, so he is a pole-sitting son of a bitch for the Indy 500, AJ Hawk.
I never really knew. Honestly, I didn't really know. So the pole is the thing that has the number, like their order.
Yes, and that'll update as the race goes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that is
sweet.
kind of a massive piece of the entire operation there. Because you can either and then
They don't have a jumbotron, do they?
it's hard. They got TVs in a couple of the corners.
Coming out of corner 3.
Yeah,
Still bring all your own coolers of beer. You still bring everything in, right? Like your own
Yeah, a lot of
beer and
people
all that?
bringing a lot of stuff into that track. 300,000 people all just kind of bringing whatever they got into that thing. It is loaded, impacted to the gills. The beginning of the race is worthy of watching, though.
Yeah.
Like the spectacle before
Flyover.
the race, flyover, the singing, the song. It is pretty sick.
They do gentlemen start your engines? Or?
The pageantry.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The drivers.
Who's doing it this year?
Catherine
Dwayne?
Wade.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Qualified.
Kevin
Pip.
James.
Pip is not in the race.
I know, but in years past, Pip.
Billy Gardell.
What, is he going to
start?
He does a gentleman driver, starts your engines, and he's waving the flag up there, hanging off
That's
the thing.
Kevin James.
Kevin James has to do it every single time. He's got the
I thought we were
greatest.
talking about Billy Gardell.
Yeah, that's
I talked Billy Gardell.
Oh, you think Kevin James is Billy Gardell? You piece
No,
of shit.
not at all. I never mentioned Kevin James. I said Billy Gardell should do it.
Yeah, but you were
Who brought up
referencing Kevin James doing it from a few weeks
Did he
back.
do it? Oh, he did. No, honestly, I
He
did
is
not
the
know
greatest.
Kevin James.
Okay.
He's very good at what he does.
2012.
That was the guy from Hitch, dude.
Yeah, King
Yeah.
Queens.
King Queen.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. He did it right after that came
That's
out.
fighting
the
movie.
Sandman movie.
In the Saints, he was Sean Payton.
In the doc, yeah. Yeah, this one.
Wait, you think I was referencing this from 1995?
No, this isn't from me. Hold on, you gotta do the whole.
He should do it every year. He should do it every year.
Things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Yeah. That's
Pepsi jacket on.
Yep.
Chuck and
Every
Larry
year.
hat on.
Yes, he's got it all.
He should do it every
Kevin
year.
James
man.
For every race, forever.
Kevin James the dog.
All right, so he's not doing the Coca-Cola 600, obviously, with the jacket, but they should pluck him.
They should.
Yeah, he should go with Larson. He can fly with Larson.
All right. What a time. We're lucky to be here. We can't take enough. Let's get the fuck out of here. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Even officials.
Even officials.
Let's remember to do that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the refs, going.
Shout out, ref.
Keep doing it, refs.
Let's stop calling bullshit fouls on Caitlin Clark, though.
Yeah.
That would be good. And let's make sure we remember that small market teams are allowed to win when the Pacers travel into Boston tonight. You're allowed to let the small market team, get away with a little rough and tough. You're allowed to let TJ McConnell maybe instill his dogness on the Boston Celtics. Not just the team, the whole fucking building.
Yeah, 124-98. See you there.
That's the final score.
Tonight, yep.
I love that the Pacers are filling it up. Another 120-point game for the Indiana Pacers.
Just keep thinking that. Keep waiting. Wait till you see the storm that's coming tonight, because it's coming, and it's a big one.
Yeah, but Rick Carlisle will hop on his fucking boat, okay, and he will wade the waters
of
the storm. And then game one maybe. We might be tired. We just fucking had a garden out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
We had to put a whole new bunch of fucking seed down. We got tomatoes going. That's a whole other story. We might be tired. So maybe game one, you guys do your thing. Maybe it is 124-98. That doesn't rattle this Pacers team. They wake up the next day and say, we're going into Boston, we're fucking stealing one. So don't worry about the score tonight, even though it would be nice to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rick Carlisle's awesome. You also know Joe Mazzulla. So I think you also know what they might be thinking over there.
Joe Mazzulla is a dog. Hembo sent me some stats, interesting stats from Hembo. Actually, I'm happy we brought this up whenever we talk about
thank you.
Coaching and
there you go. I like
things
this.
of that nature.
Go.
Pacers have allowed the fewest threes in the NBA during the regular season. Points per game between the Pacers and the Celtics in the first 10 seconds of shot clocks this postseason. Pacers 51, Celtics 33. We're on a little faster. You guys want to get in your sets, you can. Over the last three postseasons, from 2022 till 2024, Boston, this is the big one. Boston has lost 16 playoff games when favored. No other team has lost more than 9.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What team has been favored the most in the playoffs every single game for the last 5 years?
Now, to be clear with what you just said there, no team has ever outscored its opponent by as much as the Celtics have. and not won the title.
Okay.
So it's kind of expected for the Celtics to go on and win this entire thing no matter who they be playing. And the Hicks from little old Indianapolis are the ones that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Can't wait to see it get started tonight. Good luck to you and your Celtics tonight.
I appreciate that. I will not reciprocate the luck.
Good luck to the refs. That's fair. That's fair. A big city, you know. One of the finest cities of the country.
I'm not wasting my luck on the Pacers. I'm sending it all to Boston. What are we talking about here?
All the pressure's on them.
Celtics for
All
sure.
of it. All of it.
Oh my God! In Boston,
which is much different than this entire season.
Would be
now. Not as if we decide not to talk. I mean, you mentioned it. Look, we didn't talk about the Celtics all year because it was kind of like Georgia 2 years ago.
Well, we
college
didn't
football.
talk much NBA all season, and a lot of people are
Yeah,
saying that.
We watched every game though. We just
Absolutely. We knew what was going on.
Yeah, we'll wait till after the draft.
A lot of people in comments saying that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
They're wrong. Okay, comments.
I had boots on the wood.
Yeah.
I was
How many Fever games have they been to? How many Pacers games have they been to?
bingo. Would have been to the Fever game last night, but I was down in Greensboro, North Carolina, semifinals of the King and Queen of the Ring.
Exactly. We would have been.
It was a great show. Why didn't you go?
I was in Greensboro, Carolina.
Which one?
Whichever one you were at.
Hey, also okay.
I actually
Jay
thought
said he fell. Ring general put him to sleep as we went off the air. I didn't expect that. But Jay never quit. That's kind of the.
He ain't tapping.
Celtics Pacers is kind of similar to Roman and Cody, though.
Yeah, Tyrese needs to finish his story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe who's going to be John Cena? It's going to come running out.
Scott Foster and Tony Peters.
Yep.
Then who's going to be The Rock?
Joe Mazzulla.
TJ McConnell.
And then The Undertaker. Who's that?
Brad Stevens from up top.
Porzingis. Come back from injury.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Is he back?
I hope he doesn't play. We don't need him. Let's just save it for the
I
finals.
think you
brother.
do.
You hope you don't need him, but if the Pacers are winning this somehow, we were injured. We didn't even have.
Yeah.
That'll be the whole thing.
Yeah, and if Terrence Howard finishes his engineering degree, then what's the point of worrying about stuff that's never going to happen?
3 credits away.
So
that's it.
One class.
How often do you think we're going to refer to Terrence Howard's knowledge throughout the rest of this offseason?
I don't know.
I'm going to
Hopefully today was the last.
Die!
No chance.
No way.
You don't like the fact that
One of
the
the
3-dimensional objects are actually 5-dimensional?
I just don't like how, you go on Joe Rogan and all of a sudden everyone's like, holy shit, this guy's the smartest guy of all time. You hear what he was saying? It just makes so much sense.
People saying that?
Yeah.
It's split.
There were a
right
lot
down
of
Is
people
there?
saying that.
Is it real? I was wondering the reaction. Really?
50-50.
It's split right down the middle. The
Oh,
biggest
man.
tweet that I saw, I think it had 10,000 retweets. It said, "This guy is either going through a schizophrenic break or he is the smartest person on the entire planet." That is where everyone sits, really.
And that's a Joe Rogan experience.
Boom.
That's right.
Yep.
Can't wait to listen.
Think about Joe. Joe has a platform
Yep.
that can sway policies
Oh, yeah?
around the world.
Oh yeah.
Think about that pressure. So imagine Terrence Howard sitting down on this show, going into his things. Yeah, that sounds right to me. I would have no idea. How did Joe handle it? Did Joe know what
Joe
the
didn't
fuck
really-
he was talking about?
I mean, Terrence did a lot of the talking for sure, but I know from at least I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, all right, I'm just not smart enough to understand anything of what he is saying.
That's all the
but
clips
kept me there.
He's pretty well read, though. Like, he knows.
Definitely does research. He
Okay.
has to because he literally is the
Yeah.
biggest platform in the world, maybe, at this point, with the amount of listeners that he has and followers that he has. And the things that they talk about actually affect society, like things that actually take place. So I think he has to know. I watched 5 clips from that thing.
Okay.
I'm batting 0. I didn't understand a fucking word.
Jack White is pretty upset about it too.
Is that the periodic table
Jack
guy?
White. Bam, 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 bam. What did he say?
But
That's
he-
not actually the 7
he
nation
put some-
army. It's actually a 14 nation army. If you start doing the math on what it actually is, that what he said?
He said something referencing like, "Yeah, I when I need information, I go to a comedian and Terrence Howard." He meant something. I read it. He was upset. He was upset at the platform and all.
Oh, not as pissed as Eddie Vedder at Harrison Butker. Tell you that
Oh,
much.
you're right.
Eddie Vedder's not happy.
Wow.
Harrison Butker. A lot of people not
Kansas
happy.
City Star.
Yeah. Is he at OTAs? Harrison Butker? He better make every kick this year, pal.
Yeah, no one cares about last year.
That one.
Yeah.
That Super Bowl.
Do you
winning-
think he knew the reaction that it would get?
Absolutely. Had to. Now, he was speaking, and once again, he went against something like that me and my wife literally used to create our baby. So, like, he attacked a lot. Women are obviously the most pissed about what he said.
Yeah.
But, like, he was talking to a Catholic. I do. That is a good question. He definitely knew that was going to get out, right? Had to.
I know he knew it would get out, but I'm saying, did he know how it would be so, like, just the effect it would have and how upset people would be?
It's probably his goal, I would assume.
Really?
I think, because it's not the first time, I know at least I've heard him speak. I never go and actually listen to the whole speech, but, you can disagree with it, obviously, but, free speech or whatever, like, it's not only when you agree with something you disagree with it, like, oh, he's full of shit, but
definitely
right, especially with that crowd, like it was like he was talking to
a Catholic college, the most. They're talking about Latin masses, like that is the most Catholic crowd of all time. For me, though, I didn't know that was the belief of that particular religion at the most extreme level or the most.
It's a lot of these religions.
Everybody's different. I mean, I think there's a lot of different.
There is, but like think of like no one's saying that shit at Notre Dame's graduation. You know what I mean? Which where like a lot of Catholic people go to that.
Coach actually,
maybe not nobody.
Coach has spoken.
All right.
Yes.
We just need to know that this exists. Like, that's like, all right, this exists.
Different
people
opinions.
feel this way, and there's gonna be people that are pissed. You're allowed to be pissed. That's your freedom of speech to be pissed on your side.
For sure.
Just like, but also for me, it was like, wow, I didn't know people still felt that way. I had no idea. All right, we'll be back tomorrow.
Oh
yeah, I mean, you could have guessed, but
what a show. Michael Cole right there in front of Boston Connor now. He posted a screenshot from the show yesterday on his X and said, finally some professionalism and some journalism or something like that on the Pat McAfee Show. And he's been there for the last few days. And I'll tell you what, it is kind of weird that he's just kind of staring off into the distance here every time I look over your table.
I like to think that he is intently listening to Darius talk.
At all times.
Yeah, and he has something to say, but he's deciding, you know what, I'll tell D-Butt later.
When did we find out that Michael Cole has merch? That was something. He is merch. You can buy a Michael Cole shirt, the voice of WWE, with a great photo of Michael Cole.
Fantastic. He looks young. He's got his soul patch still. I think it was before Mania. I was told, hey, at WrestleMania, there will be Michael Cole merch there at the store. You can go get it. I do believe there were some business decisions made. Mm-hmm. No, I don't think they sold out, brother. I think they were like, hey, I don't think we need.
Oh, and another CM Punk.
shirt. Let's go Punk and Wyatt here, and then we'll release Cole. A couple weeks before the Greensboro show.
What's one on the race?
Michael Cole, the voice of WWE. The one on the right is his jumbotron when he comes out.
Yeah.
Just says Michael Cole across it.
Yes.
Kind of his.
That was sweet.
What a legend! Look at the
Got
Michael
that
Cole
one, too.
stamp on the back and between the shoulder blades.
Mm-hmm.
Good shirt.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I'm never going to wear that one, but I got the other one to wear.
Why no Coltrane or coal miners?
I don't know if they know. Does the merch department know about the Coltrane?
should.
About
I doubt
dumping whiskey in a beer?
What? Hard to imagine.
Good drink.
It's good. It's
Fantastic.
something. Certainly something. I saw a video of me drinking it the night before WrestleMania again.
Oh, yeah.
I had to knock it down smooth. That was
Nuke to
beautiful.
those things.
Yeah, I did. I did take it down.
Yeah.
It's Coltrane.
Yeah. Have to.
gotta do it.
All right, let's get out of here. Team on me. We're in this thing together. Let's never forget it. Team on me. See you tomorrow. Good one tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Team on me. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.